What is up, you wonderful salty nerds? Welcome to the Salty Nerd Podcast Tuesday live event. I am your host, Alex, the Salty Nerd. Today, we've got a ton of cool stuff to talk about and some weird stuff happening with Peter Pan. Tomb Raider's going down the shitter. And there's a new Dune prophecy show. And this, like a grip of other things.
There's a Star Wars thing going on.
I don't even care about that.
Star Wars.
You know what's better than that? A Wolverine fan film that just came out a couple of days ago. That has blown me away.
Yeah.
I shared it with the crew today. It was a great time. They all were like, whoa. It was legitimately like Jude fell out of her chair for a minute. It was good. Matt Vader's here. What's up, bro?
Hey, man. What's going on?
Oh, not much. Just hell diving, you know?
Hell diving. I'm with you.
What's up, hell divers?
Yeah, we're watching. I'm trying to squeeze a few movies in.
Yeah, in between hell diving.
It's hard. It's really hard.
Just play in the background.
Play games, podcast. Play games, podcast. Watch movies, games. I do feel that way a little bit.
Yeah, I get it.
I'm obsessing, but it's all right.
Whatever. That's what we do.
That's what we do.
That's what we do. Jude is also here.
Hello.
You were watching a weird YouTube video about how to make a gross cocktail.
I
Yeah.
was.
Yeah, it was like lemon, orange,
Yeah.
coffee, and vanilla liqueur.
Yeah. So
CBD.
I've been on a mission.
Okay.
So I found this cocktail recipe that I really wanted to try. And I had all of the ingredients for it except for one. So I went to the liquor store. I went to Lee's and I looked for it and I couldn't find it. So then I Googled like, what can I substitute for it? And it was Galliano. And I was like, oh, I'll just get Galliano. Well, they didn't have that either. So then I like went to the counter and I like asked the girl, I was like, do you have either of these? And she was like, oh, let me look. And she looked it up on the computer. And now we're in this together. And so she looked it up on the computer and she's like, yeah, the computer says that we have a couple of bottles of it. Let me show you where it is. She takes me over to the aisle that I just went up and down like 3 times. And then she and I go up and down it like 3 times. And then she's like, oh, here it is. It was hiding. And she like reaches down. It was like on the bottom shelf, but it was kind of pushed back and turned around. So it was like hard to find. And she's like, here you go. And I was like, oh, great. And then I look at the price tag and I was like, fuck. I just made her walk up and down this aisle like 3 times. I have to buy this now.
Like, hey.
I was like, I have to buy it now. So I took it home and I made the cocktail and the cocktail was fine. But I was like, what the fuck else am I going to do with this vanilla liqueur? So I've been like looking up other recipes
Harvey Wallbanger
to make with it.
You can't put vanilla liqueur in Harvey
here's
Wallbanger.
what you do. Here's what you do.
Huh.
You go to the store, you buy a sugar-free Red Bull,
You just
put some ice in it, and you mix it with your vanilla whatever.
That's probably not a bad idea.
Yeah,
Vanilla Red Bull.
Yeah, sounds good.
Sure.
I go down to Dutch Butters all the time.
Dutch Butters.
Dutch Butters, and I get weird.
That's his porn name.
Yeah.
Dutch Butters.
Dutch Butters.
smooth like butter.
What's your
That's
name?
his OnlyFans account.
Dutch. I like it. Dutch Butters.
Dutch Butters.
I'm here for you.
Hey, why aren't these screens?
I don't know.
Kater's got him screwed up. It's all good.
Oh,
There we go.
He's
We're back.
mad at you, by the way,
Who is?
Him.
Why? What'd I do?
because you fucked up the lights earlier when you were in here. It was
Messed up
really
the lights?
It was
I
really
wasn't
funny.
mad.
It was really funny because fucking Alex. God damn it.
he did
Shit.
not.
What did I do? I just turned them on. What did I do?
No. Like these 2 lights, you didn't turn on.
I don't care
And
about
then
those.
you kept the office lights on.
I don't care about those 2 lights because for
His-
our
look,
podcast, I like it to be a bit
his
moody.
OCD brain,
Oh yeah, Moody.
his OCD brain exploded
Because like,
for
okay,
a second. It was really funny. I mean,
Well,
you know
no,
what I say?
we recorded our Patreon stuff, and the entire time I'm looking at my screen, I'm like,
Why is
man,
everything so dark?
man, everything looks dark. And it's like he forgot to turn on the light.
But he turns the lights on, and I'm like, oh,
yeah.
Jesus Christ. I gotta put my-
No,
We all went.
it's very clinical in here when all the lights are on. So when me and you just do our morning show,
Yeah.
I like to only do it half because
I get
it
it.
gives a little bit of shadow, a little bit of extra light.
I just thought
Whatever.
it was funny. That's
That
the
is
reason
funny.
I mentioned it.
Whatever, Dutch butter.
Dutch Butters. Dutch Butters, porn star.
Dutch Butters.
You are a bisexual.
10%.
You're not gonna get that reference unless you're a Patreon member.
Patreon members for this week, we reviewed The Bounty with Anthony Hopkins, Mel Gibson, Liam Neeson, Daniel Day-Lewis,
And a bunch of other
and
gays.
King Theoden.
They weren't gay.
And Jude had a very interesting theory about the entire thing.
They're not gay. They're just in the Navy. It's okay. When you're in the Navy, it doesn't count.
What happened to all those coconuts is all I'm gonna say.
Damn it, man, my coconuts are missing. He was really
30
upset.
30 lashes.
I'm gonna bend you over the cannon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Give him
I
a,
bet you will, Daddy.
give him a spanking. Woo. Dutch Butters.
Anyway, My goodness. Kadish, welcome. How you doing, buddy?
Katie, she's also here.
Yeah, I didn't want to forget that.
I'm good now that all the lights are on.
Sorry, I forgot.
Fucking Alex. Am I
He's like, I
exaggerating?
said no salt in the margarita glass.
Yeah,
Am I exaggerating?
going to burn the building
Yes,
down.
you are.
I'm like, he has one job is to set up the studio when he gets here, and he can't finish the job.
I didn't need him. Okay,
stuff.
before we get into our topics, real quick, there's 4 different ways you can support us. 1, you can become a member by clicking down below. Become a YouTube member, you get exclusive content. 2, you can buy our merch, saltynerdstore.com. 3, you can become a Patreon member, saltynerdclub.com, where we get more exclusive content, different than the members.
Yeah, movie commentary.
Movie
Yeah.
commentaries and
We
reviews.
had a great time today.
We had a really good time today. I knew it was either going to be a really terrible time or a really great time. And it was solely based on Jude's reaction. And
you should have known by my drunk text last night that it was going to be a good time.
You did not
today.
disappoint. You did not disappoint. And there was a 4th way that you could support the channel: super chats.
Super chats.
Super
Yeah.
chats in the comments below. If you would like to support us, you can super chat us, and in between segments, we will talk about those
And then we
and
can go.
read them.
We can go. Hi, I'm Matt, and I'm Alex, and we appreciate your support.
Diabetes.
That's the Bartles and James. You probably don't remember those. Do you remember Bartles and
no.
James?
Mhm.
Yeah,
No, I don't
they have the
remember
greatest
that.
commercials. These 2 old guys on the
Sounds about right.
porch. Drinking their wine coolers.
Perfect. Wine coolers?
That's what it was for. Wine coolers.
Whoa.
Wine coolers were huge when I was. In
I
high school.
remember wine coolers.
good.
They were
Do you
the
remember
thing.
when Bruce Willis was the
Yes.
on the commercials for the wine coolers?
Yes, I do
And
remember
he
those.
sang.
You
Did
guys
you know-
remember Zima?
Yeah,
Sure.
You're a Zima guy. I can see. I can see
I
that.
remember Jason Alexander was the spokesperson for McDonald's. He sang a song about the Big Mac.
Oh, yeah.
George Costanza singing a song about a Big Mac. That was
Yeah.
that was the thing. All right, folks. Let me see real quick. We got a comment from our member for 14 months, the Dork Knight. What's up, Danny?
Don't acknowledge him. It cost him $75
You don't have
to
to
get
read it.
acknowledged.
If you guys ever need a D&D, I know a guy. D&D.
A designated driver.
Oh, I thought it was Dunkin' Donuts. Also, Vader, acknowledge me.
Yeah,
You
we
won't.
might need both of those.
On a more serious note, I miss you guys and I love watching you grow. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Go check out the gaming channel. That's where it's at.
Yeah, Danny's sober now, so he was offering to be a designated
Yeah.
driver.
I don't really drink that much anymore. Nearly.
I don't drink very much.
I don't. I'm just.
Tuesday holics here.
I used to drink every Tuesday.
Yeah.
We'd come in here and I'd be sipping on some whiskey or
Yeah.
something.
I'm like once a month now.
You know what messed me up was the carnivore diet.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
spoiled now. Like I don't
mean-
like sweets. I'm like my palate has changed. My whole like what I like to put in my body
we
has
go
changed.
crazy on the
I
jerky.
was like,
now.
I know
Jerky's
this,
the shit.
I know this is terrible for you, but
It is.
there's no vodka in this. So
Yeah.
I had to put the jerky in the other room because we couldn't stop.
We were
eating
just all
it.
just like,
yeah.
give me 2 more pieces.
Yeah.
You got more of that jerky?
And you guys were like, "Oh, this is moist jerky."
This is
Yeah,
moist.
It was super moist today.
Moist jerky.
Is jerky supposed to be moist?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
But it
It's
tasted
supposed
really
to be
good, though. I
dehydrated.
I like a hard, salty jerky.
You like
It's, you know
like you have to
what?
rip it.
You're rolling the dice anytime I feel like you buy food from a gas station.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Butters likes his jerky hard.
Dutch Butters.
Yeah,
Dutch
you-
Butters.
Dutch Butters.
Dude, you need to change your
guys-
fucking
you-
screen
I'm
name.
you fuckers.
You know, you're always like,
You know.
I don't know if I want to be Matt Vader anymore. I don't like Star Wars. Dutch Butters,
Butters.
bro.
Don't make that.
Dutch Butters
Please.
likes the jerky.
I like the hard, salty jerky.
Hard and salty.
Terrible.
That's it. Guys, if you can't tell, we're in a great mood. This is going to be a wonderful show. Let's get into it without further ado.
Dutch butter.
We've been bullshitting for about 10 minutes now. What's the first topic on our list there, Mr. Kadish? Amazon's Tomb Raider. Oh, aren't we supposed to do the movie review first and then talk about that? How's this work?
Well, I mean, we're kind of lumping them in together.
Okay.
It's just a Tomb Raider discussion.
Tomb Raider discussion. Okay, so
Because the whole reason we decided to watch the Tomb Raider movie was
Right.
because of the announcement of Amazon's Tomb Raider TV show.
right. So we went back. I know I've seen it, but I don't remember watching the 2018 Tomb Raider, and it's obvious to me now why I forgot because
Yeah.
it's not good.
Right.
But I watched that movie because I don't remember seeing it, so I watched that, and with this announcement going on, I'm like, I'm a big fan of Tomb Raider. A little bit of history about me: Tomb Raider was my jam back in the '90s. I played all those old games. I loved Tomb Raider Revolution. I think was the third or fourth game. I think it was my favorite one, where you go to Egypt. And the new ones that came out recently, the Square Enix Tomb Raider games that are like more modern take on things. I loved all of those as well. I played them all through. I thought Lara Croft is awesome. Tomb Raider is awesome. I'm like, give me more of that content. They made the 2018 movie based off of the newer games, so they kind of changed the aesthetic a little bit. It's a little bit different of a story, but it's all still basically Lara Croft, and her dad dies, and there's this mythology going on with the movie is a direct adaptation of the first Square Enix game, where you have to hunt for the Japanese queen, who's like some kind of a death leader thing, where it's like we have to store her away and keep her away from humanity, or everybody will die, that kind of a thing. And the movie just freaking took a real hard downturn fast. It was a weird take on it.
Zombies.
They took the magic out of it for no reason at all. Like in the game, you literally have to fight like this demon queen of Japan, and you have to like, she's like trying to suck the soul out of one of your friends, and you have to stop her from. It's like legit like crazy supernatural shit that you got to do in the game. They completely removed all of that from the movie. It took all the magic out of it, and it was just so like bleh. And I was really bummed out. And with this announcement that Phoebe Waller-Bridge, who we all know and love from the Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny,
you say her name, and I just get immediately limp. Wow.
Phoebe Waller-Bridge.
Wow.
Why does she have 3 names? Why can't she just be Phoebe Bridge?
Which is really bad for Dutch butter.
That is-
Dutch Butter doesn't like to be limp.
Check my
Doesn't like to
Twitter.
be lit.
Check
Did
my
you
Twitter.
change
I
it?
just Matt Vader 74, aka Dutch Butter.
It's too long.
But
That's
this
what she
announcement,
said,
this announcement came out, and I was like, God, I want more Tomb Raider movies, but maybe not. Not like this, which kind of just bums me out. But I'd love to get your guys' thoughts on the movie that we watched this week, because I'm assuming you've never seen it.
Correct.
Have you guys, Vader? Have you seen
I've
it?
seen it a couple times. I started it. I forgot to watch the last 20 minutes because I fell asleep.
Nothing happens.
Yeah.
I know. This is,
I
they
do
go,
have a synopsis. Though.
You do. Okay, perfect. Katie, had you seen the 2018 movie?
Yeah, I went and saw it in theaters.
Of course
Of
you
course
did.
he did.
Because like I hated the Angelina Jolie movies.
What?
And
Really?
I was really hoping that the reboot that they would get it right, and of course they doubled down on everything that was wrong with the franchise. And so like it was a very boring movie. It was a terrible experience. I didn't like it.
I have PTSD.
And like when we had to rewatch, I was just like, ugh, I really don't want to do this.
Sorry.
But I like the girl they cast as Lara Croft,
Right.
Like Victoria something or other.
she's no Angelina Jolie.
no, they really nerfed the whole.
Well, but I
Sex appeal
felt like she was more like game accurate.
Yes.
Like she looked like the character from the game. So
She,
and-
yeah,
and
I don't agree.
the more
But-
modern games are, she's a more
Oh,
athletic.
well,
build.
I haven't played Lara Croft games since the second one,
Yeah.
30
Yeah.
years ago or whatever.
her name is Alicia Vikander.
Yeah.
The last time I played Lara Croft, she had like
Pointy nipples,
pointy.
like
Cones.
the triangle
Yeah, the-
boobs. Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like-
those are the
so,
best. Those are
yeah.
the best games.
Use your imagination.
And also Daniel Wu from Enter the Badlands. He was like her Asian
Yeah, he was
sidekick
good.
in this.
Yeah,
I like
but he
that.
was underutilized.
He's
though.
very underutilized.
Yeah.
And Jude couldn't figure out like where he was through most of the movie. And
They
that was, like, a
completely
problem.
they
Yeah.
completely dropped the ball on the side character. So in the game is much cooler. But Jude, let's do the synopsis, and then I'll tell you the comparison between the game that they're adapting in the movie. So
Okay.
go ahead.
2018 Tomb Raider, rated PG-13 with a runtime of 1 hour 59 minutes. This had a budget of $94 million. What do you think this brought into the box?
Like 22 million. It definitely failed.
Dutch Butters?
Look, I'm taking it.
I love it.
I'm owning it.
Dude, if you don't change your name everywhere, I'm gonna be a little upset.
Dutch
Yeah.
Butters.
Dutch Butters.
Matt Vader 74 is dead. Dutch Butters.
It
lives.
happened here, guys.
Dutch to his friends.
Yeah,
yeah.
No, Butters too.
What's your guess?
Let me see. Mom.
Butters.
Come on, DB.
Don't start calling me Butters. Don't call me Butters. I'm good with Dutch.
Dutch is cool.
I'm good with
Dutch
Dutch.
is like
Dutch is still
Schwarzenegger.
or Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, I get that.
But
I'll call you Dutch on Helldivers
Yeah,
and
do
Butters everywhere else.
Yeah, whatever. What was the question?
How much
What
money
did
do you think it
this
made?
movie bring in?
I don't think it did good. What was the budget again? I'm sorry.
$94 million.
That's too much.
$62 million.
$274 million.
What?
I don't know.
Where's
How?
the sequel?
Millennials.
Where's the sequel?
Where's
If it
the
made that much
sequel?
money, why didn't they make another one?
If it did that well, there should be another Tomb Raider with this chick in it.
Yeah.
Well, how much was the budget again?
94.
94. So double that. didn't really make that much money.
I guess if you include marketing, it probably made
180
$10
something million
Yeah.
total, all in, and they only made two
But
something.
still, you don't have to do much to get a sequel these days.
Yeah,
I came up with some better alternate titles for this movie. Well, during my watch.
Go ahead. I can't wait.
I finally found you after having not looked for you for 7 years. I should have left that video for my assistant. Thank God for my bike courier training. And I don't have anyone to talk to except for all these people. All right, here's a synopsis.
Go for it.
Laura's father left for a quick trip and never came back, but don't worry, he left a video for her to destroy all his very dangerous evidence. And if she'd have just signed the paperwork when they declared her father dead, we could have started looking for him 7 years ago. Please discuss.
Yeah.
Just sign the paper, bitch. Jesus.
I want to pretend that I'm poor.
That's the thing that, as far as I know, the character of Lara Croft never went through that phase
No.
in her backstory. This is an origin story, so it's a lot different than Angelina Jolie's movie, which I went back and watched this week as well.
Which seems more game accurate, right?
Very well, yeah, yes
I mean,
and no.
as far as her,
character and her
Yeah.
attitude, yes, is more game accurate. This version is based off a totally different game, though.
As-
Like this is
game I haven't played.
this is the survival Lara Croft origin story.
Mm.
It's not the same as like the Angelina Jolie established elite archaeologist person that she becomes later on.
Immediately, she pissed me off.
Yeah,
Immediately, I was like, oh, she's broke? I don't want a poor, broke, like Lara Croft. And then we find out she's got all this money. She just doesn't want to sign the paperwork. You've been racking up bills and going to this gym that is clearly not doing good and not paying your bill because you want to pretend to be poor.
yeah, that's messed up.
You're a problem for everyone around you because you want to pretend to be poor.
Also, at the end of the movie, she gets her 2 Desert Eagle massive 50 caliber handguns that Angelina Jolie was rocking in her movies.
Right.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Those
That
are
kind
pretty
of
cool.
sets the stage for it.
I think I'm gonna get some of those.
This is supposed to be an origin story, but it's not a very good one, unfortunately. So in the new games, it's a similar setup. You have the big evil corporation Trinity, who is out there trying to basically consider them the Nazis from the Indiana Jones movies. Like they're just trying to find artifacts to gain more power and yada yada yada. And Lara Croft is Indiana Jones, who's trying to stop them. Her father was killed. I don't know why they had the decision to bring him back to life in the movie and be like, oh, he's been here the whole time.
Mhm.
Because it really falls flat for me. And I'm like, oh, well, then this whole thing is for nothing.
Right.
Like he's right there. Just fucking take him home. Or he can just take over and do the Mission Impossible stuff, and Laura can go back to being
Stop
poor.
fucking calling her Sprout. Dude, she's like 25.
So that was a bad call. But in the game, she has like a legitimate crew of people because she's not poor. She has like employees and people who are passionate about the same archaeological findings that she is. And she has like a father figure who knew her dad, who's kind of like guiding her in the ways of adventuring. And it's like this whole ensemble cast in the game.
Watching rich people spend their money on an adventure is a good time.
Right?
Yeah. I don't need her to start off seeming like she's poor.
Yeah. That didn't make any
It's
sense.
boring. It's boring. I'm poor. I don't want to watch me.
They go to the island to find Himika, and they crash because of the same reasons. Just like it's one of those haunted islands where as soon as a boat gets near it crashes and you can't get off.
Did a
because-
bunch of Tahitians
now
that are
you're
topless
yeah
come
right
running out?
yeah I know right now you're stuck on the island and you can't get off because it's haunted and yada yada yada. Like that all happened, but they what's up, Butters?
I'm gonna leave.
I'm
What?
sorry. I'll call you Dutch.
What's up, Dutch?
Um,
What are you mumbling about?
I was just thinking about Tahitian women titties.
the bounty
From-
guys, go
the-
watch
the-
the
the
bounty.
You
bounty.
gotta, you
I
gotta
got the-
join the Patreon.
Yeah. Join the Patreon. Go to saltinerdclub.com because we got to talk about that movie. But the coolest aspect of the game is when you crash land on this thing and Lara Croft is by herself and she's separated from her crew and she's surviving and she's all beat up and she's half dead. She gets captured by like a death cult. And Matthias, who is Walton Goggins' character, he is the leader of a death cult. They are literally like sacrificing humans to Himiko, the Japanese death queen or whatever. And it's like this super creepy, like, oh shit, I got to get out of here, like weird vibe for a good 3/4 of the game. And you're fighting off this death cult the whole time.
Dope.
It's awesome. It's a really good story.
Mhm.
And they nerfed all of that for some basic goons. And Walton
Yeah.
Goggins is vastly underutilized as a cool bad guy. He would have been great as like a death cult leader. But no, he's just like some guy who got hired to do a job and he just wants to go home. And it's like, It's terrible. It
You know-
was
you
so
know-
bad.
He
you know-
was not only hired for a job, he was stranded on that island for 7 years
7
with his
years.
crew of slave laborers
he-
and mercenaries.
But he wasn't allowed to leave until he made a phone call saying, I got the job done. Can I go home now? It was such a dumb move. And then
Yeah.
like the whole idea of like this island is impossible to get onto without crashing and
Mhm.
you can't get off of it. And they were like, hey, can you send a helicopter?
Right.
And at the end of the movie, they just send a helicopter and they're
Yeah.
like, yeah, we're going to go home now. It totally nerfed everything about this game that was so freaking
Right.
cool. They took all of that away and they just bare bones basic ass the whole thing. The only cool parts of this movie were the shot for shot remakes of the action sequences from the game where she's like climbing through the old
Oh, is that stuff
the-
from the game?
that's all stuff from
Like,
the
what
game.
about like the traps and stuff in the tomb and everything?
So
'Cause those seem really generic to me.
they were very generic in the movie. The game was much more complicated. Like the games are are puzzle centric. You have to solve
Right.
puzzles in order to progress in the game. They've always been that way. This first the first Tomb Raider game that came out of the new era was it wasn't as heavy on the puzzles as the older Lara Croft games, but as they've progressed, they've gotten better and better at it. So like the latest one's Shadow of the Tomb Raider or something like that, I think it's called. It's real heavy on the puzzles, which is awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, the movie it feels like one of those real low effort shit
Yeah,
missile
it's a-
video game movies.
It's a low effort action movie.
Yeah, and
I didn't feel like I was ever really watching
it doesn't feel like
Tomb Raider movie.
yeah. I mean,
guess.
besides it
I
being
mean,
a chick,
I wish I had more to say about this movie.
it's
it
okay.
was-
It's not very good.
It was like the when I think of Tomb Raider, I think girl boss Indiana Jones.
Right.
And I've never had a problem with that. I've always liked that aspect. So who doesn't want to watch a hot chick shoot guys and be archaeology?
I'm here for it.
I'm there.
You
Sounds
want to
great.
come over later? I'll shoot you.
Yep. Okay.
Dig something up in her
Yeah,
backyard.
yeah.
Hey, look what I found.
Touch butter things up. So,
He memed himself.
but I can't help but compare these to the Angelina Jolie movies.
Right,
I enjoy those movies.
I do too.
I like them both.
Yeah.
Yep.
They're both fun. They have great action sequences. The CGI is
Well, it's older.
but it's
Yeah.
older.
But
But
you know what they kept?
I didn't ever buy this scrawny little chick as Laura Croft. I'm sorry. I just didn't. I
You
mean,
probably like her better.
I
in
think-
the game.
I just think I'm one of those guys who's all Angelina Jolie is my movie.
Right.
My movie Laura. So I don't.
She was
care
pretty
about-
skinny too.
Yeah, but way hotter.
Well, I
Way
mean,
hotter.
it's Angelina
Yeah,
Jolie.
all right.
And in her prime.
I get it.
You
They
know,
gave her
get it.
extra boobs.
They
too.
did. They patted the shit out of her. bra
Okay,
in that- in
whatever.
that movie. Yeah, yeah.
You know?
They got a sports bra in the chick in this
Right.
movie,
Yeah.
which
I mean,
it's not a big deal. But at the end of the day, it's like, dude, come on, it's Laura
I-
Croft. Like, let's be real. People have expectations.
At least give her some triangles.
if I'm watching a movie like this and I fall asleep 2/3 of the way through it, then there's a problem. I'm cadishing that shit up. It's like I fell asleep. It's like, really? It sucked that bad? Yeah, it sucked that bad. So I get it. I understand.
The aspect that the Angelina Jolie movies had that should have had in this newer one was that like supernatural mythology to it.
Mhm.
In the first Tomb Raider with Angelina Jolie, they had like the weird Illuminati time travel shit.
That wasn't that the second one?
That's the first one. The second one was the Cradle of Life, where they
Oh,
go to
okay. Yeah,
Africa
yeah.
and they have to open up Pandora's box,
Right.
and they're in some kind of a weird cave, and there's monsters, and it guards the realm of life or whatever.
Much more fantastical.
Much more fantastical, but that's what was in the games.
Right.
When I'm playing, an old school 1997 Tomb Raider, and I'm in Egypt, and the freaking Egyptian god Set comes out of a cave and starts shooting at me with zombies coming out of the walls, like. Yeah, man, I don't want some freaking generic, it's just smoke and mirrors these days. And it's like, like they literally
Yeah.
said that in the movie. Oh, look, it's just smoke and mirrors. Like, get out of here.
You're ruining it.
You ruined it. And the fact
Halima.
that they had Walton Goggins as a bad guy and
Yeah.
they just were like, meh.
I just see the ghoul now.
Like, come on, man. It's Walton
I
Goggins.
was texting Alex.
Yeah.
I was like, can this movie just be about Walton Goggins successfully killing this bitch?
Yeah.
I'd watch that.
Or going back to his employers and like offing them.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
that sequel. It's like,
Yeah, like you stranded me on the island for 7 years.
Pow.
Movie just
I'm
becomes
gonna
about him.
hunt you and your family
Lara,
down.
Lara Croft falls into a pit of despair and just freaking disappears.
Don't even think about trying to escape.
Don't even think about trying to escape. Yeah, it was just all in all, it was just completely underwhelming as a movie. I don't remember watching it. I know I had to have seen it when it came out, but it was so forgettable that I totally forgot about it. And then I rewatched it this week and I was like, oh, yeah, that's right. And I went back and I watched the original Tomb Raider with Angelina Jolie and I played a couple hours of the first game. And I'm like, this is Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
How is
Yeah.
this hard?
Yeah.
So now we have to look forward to Amazon Prime and Phoebe Waller-Bridge just doing their best.
Girl
making
boss the shit out of this.
making a Tomb Raider movie or a TV show, I guess. Is it a TV show or a movie?
Yeah, so it's a TV show, Phoebe Waller-Bridge. She's been kind of attached to this for like a long time, but this is the first time Amazon's come out and said like we've greenlit this. And so Phoebe Waller-Bridge is the head writer.
Playing Lara Croft.
No, actually, so like she's been announced as the showrunner and head writer,
Oh god.
but they made it a point to say they haven't cast a Lara Croft yet.
Okay.
So it's unclear.
Well,
She's probably not going to be in the
she's
lead role, but
Clearly going to be a black lesbian.
Wouldn't that be something?
Yeah. So
I don't know, dude. I don't know what to
but
expect.
it's going to be an Amazon original series, and the video game developers of Tomb Raider
Mm.
are very excited to do all types of video game tie-ins
Maybe.
and stuff. And Amazon's also launching like their gaming division, so there's going to be some crossover with that.
Mm.
I think we need to start campaigning now for a white male Lara Croft and to have Lara Croft just be a title that you give whoever is the member, like
Perfect.
James Bond.
Like James Bond.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
or,
Lara Croft
or Indiana
They already
Jones.
made that movie. It was called Dial of Destiny.
Or like Indiana Jones is just a title. You can give it to a chick if you want. Or you're just
Yeah.
mad because you're a guy. So we'd be like, okay.
Season 2, they're going to change Lara Croft to a black gay guy who wears
Right.
dresses. In
Yes.
season 4, Lara Croft will be.
It's like Doctor Who.
It's
yeah,
only fair.
That's what I'm
It's
getting at.
only
That's
fair.
what I'm getting at.
Only fair to do that.
Yeah. Then we have straight white guy Lara Croft in like season 12.
I don't
And
know,
then,
dude.
then it'll go straight to shit and everybody will complain. and
Yeah.
there'll be
No, this
petitions.
is
Season 13, Lara Croft is just a turtle.
yeah. Look, is it possible for them to make a freaking dope show about Lara Croft?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Take the first 3 games and just make them into a show.
But here's the problem. It's 3 names. Phoebe Waller-Bridge.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No interest.
She burnt like
None.
everybody's like,
It-
oh, she was pretty good in Fleabag. That's
I
a good
love
show,
Fleabag.
right? Yeah, everybody that went before Indiana Jones came out. That's all everybody ever said. Oh, she
Yeah.
wrote
Oh,
Fleabag, and that's a good show.
Solo.
What?
Solo. A Star
Oh,
Wars
she
show.
was
Oh.
the L7 chick.
Yeah,
she,
right?
she was
a
the,
robot.
the fembot.
She was a side character.
Droid rights.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
Everything
shut
this chick is attached to just is like
Crap.
"Ugh."
Crap.
I never watched Fleabag, so I don't know.
Oh,
But
that's really good.
is it okay? That's
She's-
that's everything that is. Every time somebody says that she's good at something, they always point at Fleabag. They never point at
It's a completely different genre.
right.
though.
Yeah, it's not an
Well,
action
So
like.
like she did write and executive produce the first season of Killing Eve as well.
Oh, I love the first season of Killing Eve.
Killing Summer's Eve. What?
What type of show is that? Like what genre would you put that in?
It is a
It's a crime thriller.
crime thriller, psychological thriller.
It's based off of a series of novels.
Lots of murders.
And it's about a female assassin
Yeah.
and this woman named Eve who's like tasked with tracking her down.
And
with-
who
with
the
FBI.
assassin becomes obsessed with.
Yeah. So and the
Really good. The last season I couldn't even finish though. It got real weird.
yeah, Phoebe Waller-Bridge left after the first season, but she was responsible for adapting the book and,
Yeah.
and launching that TV show.
I read that too, and the book is really good.
Yeah. She's poison. She's just.
Well, like okay, let's put it this way. Lara Croft is by all rights and has been admitted by the creator of Lara Croft a female version of Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
We've seen what Phoebe Waller-Bridge does to Indiana Jones.
terrible.
I don't want that for Lara Croft.
Wonder if she's going to end up in.
Don't want it.
I don't want it. I don't want it.
She's going to end up in a Jurassic period fighting.
There's
Tyrannosaurus.
freaking T-Rexes in the
Yeah.
original game, bro.
Yeah.
Like that's how crazy and
Maybe we'll have an Indiana Jones Lara Croft crossover.
I don't need that.
I'm surprised it hasn't happened
I'm
already.
good. Hard
Hey.
pass.
Yeah.
Well, who do you think they should cast? Sydney Sweeney?
No,
No, she's Barbarella.
no.
You hear about that, right?
I don't know enough athletic
Yeah.
hot. Well,
There is this really hot
An
track athlete.
unknown.
yeah, unknown would be fine with me.
Yeah.
I don't need Lara Croft to be some like ultra famous recognizable person. It
No.
just needs to be somebody who fits the bill. Angelina Jolie fit the bill.
Yeah.
This new chick, even though the movie's not good, I feel like she fit the bill pretty well.
She's a little scrawny. I
It,
thought she was too.
it was an origin story.
Yeah.
I'm giving it a pass for that. I think if she actually developed into the Lara Croft that we know and love,
Yeah.
I think she would have been fine. She's athletic. She's cool. She did. I watched a documentary on this movie. There was like a bunch of interviews and stuff, and Walton Goggins was like, "This chick did all her own stunts.
Mhm.
Like she was out there jumping over rivers and shit. It was crazy. I wasn't doing none of that."
I found her very believable.
Yeah, yeah.
As Lara Croft.
It was the bike currying thing that like threw me off. I'm like, why are we watching this?
She's got a foxtail on
Why?
her.
Why?
What?
Why?
They were chasing the fox.
And then I was like, why the fuck would she get arrested for a cop car hitting her?
well, she was
Because she was-
defacing public property with her green paint bucket.
and she was going against the rules of traffic.
I
I don't know. It was London. They have a lot of weird rules.
Yeah.
That's
there.
what he said. He was like, I don't
Yeah,
know.
London.
London. They arrest you for anything
Yeah.
over there. They tweet something wrong and they'd be like,
They do,
Oh,
it's true.
sorry, old chap, you need to come with us now.
That guy looked at me cross-eyed.
Hmm.
They arrest him
No offense to our UK people.
with their billy clubs and their dumb hats.
No guns.
I like their hats.
The little checkered.
No,
Little
with their,
checkered hats?
like bucket hats.
Yeah.
Oh, the old school
Yeah,
ones.
well, they still wear.
They still
those.
do those?
I think. I don't know. Maybe
I
not.
feel like those were like the 1800s.
Go to Buckingham Palace with the dudes with the big
Furry hats.
Yeah.
I like those too.
You know, I was
I'm
in
gonna make
London.
you
I love a good hat.
I was in London, but only the airport. I was like, I'm not prepared to walk around London. Right now. I just want to go home. Yeah, I don't know how I'm feeling about this. I'm not hyped about it. I do love these games. I love Lara Croft as a character. I think there's a huge potential to make something really freaking awesome along the lines of like what Fallout's doing. Like Fallout, by all means, was a freaking great show.
Yeah.
So Amazon is capable of making great shows, but it's usually tied to who is in charge of the show. It's not necessarily like Amazon is the studio, because we get things like the Terminal List, and then we get things like the Rings of Power,
Yeah.
and we get
Yeah.
things like Fallout, but then we also get things like the Wheel of Time, and it's like they're all over the place. So Phoebe Waller-Bridge, Lara Croft,
Yeah.
I'm out.
Honestly, I feel like it's just yet another IP, another millennial Gen X IP that they're trying to mine because they know there's a semi decent audience for what it used to be.
Mhm.
But I think Lara Croft peaked in 2001, and I think I do. I really
Yeah,
do that.
yeah.
And
The games
that's
are
probably what I should leave it.
the games are really good. If you are in the mood to scratch an itch about archaeology or something, pick up one of the newer Lara Croft games and just
Mhm.
play through it. They're very well done. The puzzles are great. The cinematics are amazing. These are fun, awesome games. They're gonna mess it up as a TV
Probably
show.
gonna cast
I
fucking Aquafina.
Well, we got two.
I guarantee you, Lara Croft's going to be some kind of BIPOC character.
Yeah. You
100
know what? I don't
100%.
doubt you. Crisis in the chat saying Gal Gadot would be a good one. And then I think Nadia said something about it being
No, she's too old.
Zendaya.
Gal's way too old.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's
she's
too old
way
for
too
Lara
old.
Croft.
And Zendaya, no, too skinny. She's like threesomes now with tennis players anyway. It's too weird.
Has anybody watched that movie?
No, nobody watched that movie.
Really? Did it bomb?
I don't think there's anybody else.
Was it
watched
called
that movie.
Challengers or something?
Something like that. Yeah.
It's gonna make $2 billion on streaming though. Watch.
Yeah.
Speaking of streaming, what's our next topic? I think we have Fall Guy on here somewhere. Do you guys want?
Oh,
Oh, Dune. Oh, Dune. Okay. I'm gonna lean real hard on Jude for this because she's our resident Dune expert. There's a trailer for a new
Set
show.
me up for failure. I feel
There's a trailer for a new show called Dune Prophecy on HBO Max.
Mm.
I had no idea this was coming out,
I didn't.
and they were just like, "Here you go," and I was
Well,
like, "Whoa."
it was announced a long time ago, like I think right after the first Dune movie came out, that they were developing an original series based off of Villeneuve's Dune for HBO Max, and Denis Villeneuve was involved in kind of shepherding it. It used to be called Dune.
They need to keep that guy on a leash.
It used to be called Dune: The Sisterhood, and,
Oh, okay.
and it was going to be like Bene Gesserit focused. And when we had Danica XIX on our live stream, she talked a little bit about like the production turmoil that was going on with it and how it changed creative directions numerous times. And now like
That does not bode well.
well, I mean, they were basically trying to figure out how do we make this like interesting, and it's loosely based off of the Brian Herbert, Kevin J. Anderson book called like Sisterhood of Dune or something like that,
Mhm.
and it takes place 10,000 years before Dune Part 1. It's in the same Villeneuve verse.
The Villeneuve-verse?
Villeneuve verse.
That's a mouthful.
And basically it centers on the Harkonnen sisters who started the Sisterhood of Bene Gesserits,
Mhm.
and it's supposedly like very Game of Thronesy. It's all about like
Love it.
how the Bene Gesserit are manipulating the powerful houses, and Mark Strong plays like Emperor Carano or Carino. I don't know exactly how you pronounce it, but he's featured very prominently in the trailer, and it's basically a lot of sex, a lot of manipulation, a lot of behind the scenes political maneuvering, a lot of like murder, assassination, and basically setting the stage for the prophecy of the Kwisatz Haderach, or or El Gaib, Hassan El Gaib.
Lisan El Gaib.
That's great. Yeah.
Lisan El Gaib.
Before we get too deep into it, I almost forgot. I do want to recognize Jim Alaska gifted us 10
That's
Salty Nerd
amazing.
Podcast memberships. That is our entire goal for the whole live stream. Jim, thank you so much. Really do appreciate it. If you got gifted that membership, don't forget
I
to
did.
check out. You did?
I did. I got one.
Yes. Oh man. Now we got to give one away. Thank you
Now you
so
should
much.
you should give one to someone.
Yeah.
I'm poor.
You just got one for free. I don't know. We'll figure that out. We'll give somebody something. Yeah, that's our entire goal for the live stream as far as memberships go. So thank you so much. Really do appreciate that. If you got
Raise that
gifted
bar,
one,
baby.
make sure to shout out Jim here in the comments to say thank you. Okay.
Yeah.
So-
So this TV show, it's going to be coming out in the later part of this year. So probably like Q4 or something like that. Sometime in the winter / late fall. And it's going to be a big thing for Max because they got their House of the Dragon show coming out during the summer. And then this is going to be the next big show that they release.
I gotta say, I don't know if I have any interest in this.
Really?
No.
Did you like the movies?
I like the first one. We're talking about the Villeneuve.
Yeah, the Villeneuve Dunes.
Like I said, I
Not the Jodorowsky.
yeah, with raping with love. But I talked about it a little bit on Saturday. You know, where I liked the first movie. The second movie is Zendaya. I can't get past her and freaking the Emperor. Why? I don't know what you're doing. It's like, but
Apollo Atreides.
yeah, I can't.
Yeah.
And Zendaya was just, in her angry.
I'm mad at my boyfriend.
Yeah, I just part two ruined that series.
Whoa.
Yeah, and
I'm with you 100%
yeah,
on
and
that.
I don't care if I get any more Villeneuve movies and that's hard for me to say because I love the first one,
Right.
but the second one was just garbage. It was just
Whoa.
bleh.
Agree.
Yeah, and I OD'd on Dune. That's
We
did
did
it
a
to
lot of prep.
ourselves.
and
It's just like when we did that with Star Wars
Yeah.
that one time.
I just can't. I don't. I'm not ready for a new series based on the witches. I just or the witches. No, they're not.
Sure.
Bene Gesserit.
Bene Gesserits. Yeah,
They're witches.
Yeah.
I don't. I'm
Anyway.
not interested. I don't want to watch this. I don't think I really care who's attached to it right now.
Hmm.
I need a Dune break. So
Well, it's going to come out later in the year.
Yeah, it don't matter.
You tell him deep.
Yeah, Dutch butter.
He likes it. He likes it.
It's growing.
Don't-
Growing
don't-
on
yeah,
me.
yeah.
Also, Dune Break works on many levels.
Yeah, yeah.
So Jude, do you think that this, besides somebody like Vader here, do you think this show has a potential to be like a Game of Thrones level intrigue, like
Sure.
political violence
So when Kadish first sent us the link to the trailer, I was like, I felt exactly like Vader. I was like, ugh, I need a break. No more Dune stuff. And then when I watched it and I was like, oh shit, it's about the Bene Gesserit, that piqued my interest and it does look really good. And I think that the Bene Gesserits are the most interesting characters.
Yeah.
In all of the story of Dune, they literally created a prophecy and then set about making it happen. Like they are just masters of manipulation.
That's some
And
long game stuff.
I'm very interested. I hope it's done well. I'm glad that it's taking place so far before any of the events.
right. That it doesn't really affect.
Yeah. So I think that you can kind of like start with a clean palette with it. As long as it's set in this universe appropriately, I think I'm on board.
I also think that there's some like logistical factors here. Like, so Villeneuve, his Dune Part 3 is going to be like, maybe like 2 or 3 years down the road. And so like the purpose of the show is to like, keep the sets being used and like have stuff like, ready to go. So like when he's ready to do like, the final part of his Dune trilogy, like he can just kind of like jump in and they're not going to have to spend a ton of money, like getting sets going.
It also
I
keeps
like
it
that.
fresh in people's minds too.
Yeah.
I think they need to come out with a new Dune series of movies about a young farm boy on a planet and the evil emperor and his dad's like this big evil
It's
guy.
called Rebel Moon.
Yeah, and
Farm boy, fetch me that water pitcher.
he has a long
As you
lost,
wish.
and he has a long lost sister.
Yeah,
somewhere.
yeah.
And
Need to remake that movie?
I think they do. Please, do
You
it.
know what?
Done it already.
I used to be real against.
have a coal powered starships. Yeah.
Jeez, we are freaking blowing up over here, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of lukewarm on the whole idea. I do really enjoy The Dune movies, even the second one. I know it has its faults, but I had a good time with it.
Yeah.
Visually, I think these things are stunning.
Visually, they're nice.
So if
They're
they
very
keep
pretty.
up that same pace as far as like the cinematography into the show
When-
and
when-
stuff, I mean,
when I did
eye
our-
candy.
When we did our initial review of episode 2, I had still had the sensory overload goggles
Right.
on because it was like next day.
Yeah.
And I was like, God, that movie was gorgeous, you know. And I wasn't quite as down on Zendaya at that point, but now after I've had a couple months to percolate, I just can't.
Ugh.
It's just
I will say that I am personally looking forward to this show because the Dune universe is like so deep and varied that I feel like we haven't gotten a chance to really explore it like we need to in the movies. And so like having a TV show, like we're going to learn more about the Mentats, we're going to learn more about the Navigators,
Mhm.
we're going to learn more about the great houses.
Oh, what
and
about the weird
Chone.
worms, the space worms, right?
navigators.
Yeah.
Is that the navigator?
We got navigators shafted in,
Yeah.
in the Villeneuve movies.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted to see.
So
Give us a little more of the weird.
that might be where the
Spacing
show
Guild
shines.
stuff.
It
So-
shines is like the weird sci-fi aspects of Dune that like
Yeah.
don't really have time to be spotlighted in the
Yeah.
movies. It's like, yeah, let's have a TV show where we just hang out with a bunch of weird worms
I felt
doing hallucinogenic drugs
Yeah.
all week.
Yeah.
And a lot of the TV show, it looks like it's not going to have anything to do with Arrakis. Like Arrakis is kind of like something that's mentioned in the background, but like, you know, like within the Dune timeline, I'm not quite clear on when Arrakis was like discovered or when like the spice was started to be utilized. But
Because they get their training on the same planet that the Emperor lives, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's like it's not on Arrakis at all.
Is that chick the who played the princess? She was one of the super people in the Marvel movies. Is she going to be in the show as well
Florence
as the
Pugh?
princess?
no, the show happens 10,000
I'm
years
sorry.
in the
Yeah, okay.
past.
Never mind. That was a stupid question. I totally forgot.
10,000 years.
10,000 years.
Yeah. It's like going 900 years in the future. You can just do whatever you want.
You do whatever the heck you want.
Yeah.
And as long as
None
it
of it
loosely, as long as it loosely ties to the stuff that you know.
Well, one of the interesting things about like the Dune chronology is that after the Butlerian Jihad, which is where humanity fought the war against the thinking machines, the AI.
Pause.
Fun fact.
Every time he says that, I
Dutch
laugh.
Butters is a big fan of the Butlerian
Butlerian-
Jihad.
Butlerian Jihad. What is that? Butlerian Jihad.
They're warriors.
Is that your first movie you ever did?
I don't think they're pronounced
Dutch Butters in Butlerian
Butlerian. I think
Jihad.
they're pronounced Butlerian.
Starring Dutch Butters and Mia Khalifa.
I feel like you did that on purpose.
It's called the Butlerian Jihad.
Yeah, from the book.
Butlerian.
But after that point in time, like the Dune technology like kind of like stays like very like flat because it's all about like human evolution.
Mhm.
And so like I feel like you can do like a series set 10,000 years in the past and have it look very similar to like the new movies, and it's all within like the chronology of the universe. So like I feel like it's a little bit more legit.
Yeah. I'm interested. I'm tentatively interested. I will definitely check it out when it comes out.
I might feel different when it comes out later.
Yeah.
We'll see how I feel.
I'm gonna give you some gum jabbar.
I don't know if we're gonna. That's the thing. Is like, okay.
Oh,
is it gonna be?
I'm not committing to cover it.
I'm like, is it show worthy
Oh,
coverage,
I would
or
like-
is it spare time? We'll do like a season 1
He's-
recap or
I
something.
he's
enjoy
already-
just watching things sometimes, just for the joy of watching.
For sure.
He's
for
he-
sure. Yeah.
Kadish has already told me I have to watch fucking Lord of the Rings.
Which one?
The
Rings of Power
Rings of Power.
season 2.
Ugh.
For Saturday. I'm not happy
Mm.
about
This
it.
is why I'm not on your Saturday.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to do it a little bit. I'm going on vacation for 2 weeks.
Are we doing House of the Dragon Monday morning?
Yeah. Well, not Monday morning. Maybe. I don't know.
I think we should just cover it on our Tuesday show.
We should just come in and watch it on Sunday and just hop on.
Yeah, because I'm at work on Sundays, but okay.
Just quit.
Yeah. You gotta have insurance. But yeah.
I
we'll
don't
figure it
know. That's the thing. It's always like, is it show worthy? Are we going to cover it? Is it something that we have to talk about on the show, or is it just something we're going to watch in our spare time? I don't know. I didn't think Fallout would be show worthy, but it ended up being really good, and I had a great time talking about it on the show.
We're getting threats of unsubscribing
What?
if we do the Rings of Power.
Seriously? Good.
yeah.
Yeah. Put some pressure on, guys. I don't want to have to watch that shit. Okay, what else? Everybody good with Dune Prophecy? You don't care?
Don't care.
Kind of cares. He's into it.
He's
and
maybe,
I'm kind of into it.
What does the chat think?
The chat hasn't even talked about it.
Are you guys gonna watch it?
There's a mix of Dune fans.
Yeah, we got Donut Lord who says you can call me Farm Boy anytime. Jude.
All right.
And then he also
I don't want
You ruined it.
he also says
ruined it.
I hate Dune because I love Star Wars. LOL. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. What I'm into
Put
it.
a F for feet in the chat if
Oh,
you're gonna
God.
watch the.
We're going back to that old hat.
Jeez.
Well, speaking of watching shit, the Logan fan.
Yes, that's not shit. No.
Oh, that's excellent.
Okay, let's talk about this for a minute.
Set it
I
up.
want to set this up
Set it up.
properly.
was-
Okay,
That was some serious
dude.
shit.
Within like I don't know, it's been a couple of days
Yeah.
maybe or so. This kind
4
of
days.
has been 4 days. It's been out. A clip of it, like a minute clip of it, came out on Twitter, and I was like, "What is this?"
Yeah.
And I found out it was a fan movie called Logan the Wolf, and it's a Viking era take on X-Men where Logan Wolverine
Mhm.
is a Viking, just
a berserker.
berserker
Yeah.
dude. But what I love about it is he's a short guy.
Yeah.
So they're like low key following the lore of X-Men with like completely removing it from modern age. Now,
It's like a what if
Yeah.
worlds type
yeah.
take on it.
And it was created by this group of martial artists and stunt guys in somewhere in Europe. We're not sure exactly what country they're from.
I don't know, man. Those look like real Vikings to me.
They look like real Vikings. I reached out to Charlie Allen from Gladiator and from Outlander and all these other shows that he works on. I was like, hey man, have you seen this? And he's like, no, but that's badass. And I'm like, yeah, it is.
And this is what he does.
And this is he's a stunt guy. He's
Yeah.
he's a fight choreographer. Like this is his jam. He's like, this is some legit awesome stuff. I'm like, I know, right? He's like, I'm not familiar with these guys, but I'll definitely. He seemed interested. He might reach out to him and maybe I don't know. Who knows? What's
Collab, just some collab.
I told him like, dude, you need to collab with these people. But it's a fan made film. It's about what, maybe 11, 12 minutes long.
I think it's 11 minutes, like 30 seconds.
Yeah, and it puts modern Hollywood Marvel movies to absolute shame. Absolute shame. The just the basic little like nods to Easter eggs of like X-Men lore is like, whoa, oh yeah, look, Logan's short, and oh he's got that, he's got the claws, but he's got the claws, but they're not adamantium, they're like bone or something,
Right.
and it's like it's all these little things, but then the fight scenes are just like freaking cranked to 11. And you can tell that there's passion. And there's,
taking out like a dude's like half of his face. Just by like walking by.
He just swings at it, and it's just the guy's face falls off. And you're like, whoa!
So
I was watching this stuff with us in here. We watched this as a group right before we did this.
Yeah,
and I was like, why don't they make this movie? It's like we're all out here starving for fresh new takes and things.
Yeah,
even if it's an IP that's been, mined to death. This was a fresh take.
Yeah.
This was something new. It's like I was like, okay, this is a Viking X-Men kind of thing set in this weird world.
Yeah,
and I loved every second.
But it starred a white man, and there were no people of color. There was like one woman
It's in Norway.
There was
really
two chicks. There was two chicks, and they both died gruesomely.
Yeah. Also, the people who are making movies now and greenlighting movies now don't actually watch or enjoy movies.
Yeah, that's real.
And that's why their movies don't make any money.
That's real.
And these guys are going to get crowdfunded, and we can get like an hour-long episode.
I would pay for that.
Of the Adventures of Logan.
Dude, I will sign up.
Absolutely.
I would just tell them change the IP, make it something original
make it
they can own.
Make it the men.
Yeah,
Viking men, something, whatever. Berserkers. Just call it berserkers.
Or like lesser known gods or something like that.
Yeah. And that's how a lot of these other like cult movies are being made now. Like the Terrifier, completely crowdsourced. And then now it just got a sequel that has like an actual budget.
Nice.
Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, completely crowdsourced. Now it has an actual budget. Like this is how people are creating new and original takes on old IP.
This is the renaissance that we need to get away from old Hollywood and like just start making dope ass movies
Can the
again.
studios just fucking collapse and just just send your money to people like this that are making things that are so fresh and original and captivating and fucking gruesome.
Yeah, but also the production quality on this, like it looked like
good.
a Hollywood.
It looked like
movie.
a Hollywood action sequence. This was next level.
Like I'd put this up against like Rings of Power that they spent $1 billion on.
Yeah,
it looks. I mean, like if you've ever seen the History Channel's Viking show, Vikings.
Yeah,
it looks on par with
inserted in there.
Yep, 100%. I would 100% support these guys. In fact, I think this video has like 1.1 million views, and he only has like 6 or 7 videos on their YouTube channel. They don't have that many subscribers, maybe like 30,000 or something, which is a lot, but not comparatively to a lot of places. And if they got 1 million views on this and they do some kind of announcement where they're like, okay, we want to do an 1.5-hour movie based in this universe, like I said, change the IP around so they don't get freaking sued out of their mind. 1,000%. I'll give you freaking $50.
They don't have to, it could just be an hour-long fan film on YouTube.
Yeah.
Like they did this. People don't need to have the movie go into the theaters anymore.
No, we got a 75-inch TV right here. We watched it on. It was like, perfect. Turn the lights off.
They don't even need to like, excuse me. They don't even need to go back and like reshoot anything. Just change the audio to Rogan instead of Logan, and you have your original character.
Call them Dutch Butters.
No, it's things like this. It's things like Norseman. We're looking for a season 4 on Norseman. I would love to see that.
I don't think it's ever going to happen.
I know.
I don't think that's going to happen. Warrior's not going to happen.
Yeah, Warrior season 4.
Start listening to us.
It's like there's shit out there that is legitimately amazing.
We got another season of Invasion.
Of course we do. Because Apple just likes to throw away their money.
Thank you for ruining my day.
I think we're all in the Matrix because nothing makes sense.
It's like nobody watches the Invasion movie.
I'm getting more and more convinced that's true.
The world does not make sense.
Makes no
None
sense.
of this is real.
In 4 days, this guy gets 1.5 million views, and nothing's gonna come of it.
No.
Nobody's gonna give him any money.
It's just a fan film.
It's just a fan film. Meanwhile, freaking Invasion gets another season.
With their fucking wall crawlers,
with their alienless invasion,
their butthole freaking transports,
and Casper the Ghost,
Casper and his sex dungeon,
his sex dungeon, French husband or whatever the hell. God dang, dude.
Sex swing apartment.
What does Daddy do here? Oh my God! What is that swing for?
Dad said no kids are allowed here.
Yeah.
Jesus. It's so frustrating.
Really
guys, check it out. I think I could probably put the link in.
I got a link.
You got it? Can you drop it in the comments?
Yeah, I will.
Perfect. Okay, we're gonna drop a link in the comments. Go check this video out, man. After you're done watching us, it's awesome. It's really really cool. I would love to see them get as much support as possible.
You know what it reminded me a lot of is that movie, the Headhunter.
Yes,
that we reviewed.
Yeah,
that was a fun movie.
That was a great movie too. It was super creepy, no dialogue, just some Viking dude out on revenge.
Cost them $30,000 to make.
50.
Yeah,
it was 50,000.
Was it 50? Yeah. There's things out there that need to be supported more. Casper has a sex dungeon. What episode was that?
It's when they travel to France to find their dad's
his dad
sex
has
apartment.
A sex dungeon.
Yeah, they go to France. They go through the tunnel, and it only takes them 20 minutes to get through, and it's like 35 miles or something.
Yeah.
And they have a literal sex swing in the apartment.
And the little girl's like, he has a swing in the living room.
But we were never allowed to come here.
Yeah.
Not that kind of swing.
A lot of red candles and
just lube everywhere. Yeah, a lot of candles.
Lube. Yeah. It's funny. What does Daddy do here?
I don't want to talk about Invasion.
Unfortunately, we're gonna have to when the next season comes out.
When I'm gonna start drinking again. When
we watch Invasion.
That's why we started drinking so much on the show.
It's Invasion.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get wasted like every week.
Apple TV. Don't watch the show. Watch our reviews. It's way better.
Yeah.
Trust us.
Now that we're on an Invasion break, we're all like healthier.
Yeah. We're eating normal. We're not drinking as much.
Yeah.
I've been taking a lot of prednisone lately. I'm really puffy.
Anyway, I don't know what else to say about it. It was absolutely incredible. Go check it out. I would love to learn more about these guys. I'm definitely going to be going down a rabbit hole and seeing if we can do.
Reach out to them, see if they're on Instagram.
Oh yeah, I would love to talk to this guy. Absolutely, hook him up with Charlie over there in Dunkirk and do some cool Viking shit.
Yeah,
badass. All right, what's the next topic there, Mr. Producer? Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare. Jew, take it away.
Well, we're gonna let Kadish.
Well, we're getting the Pooniverse.
The Pooniverse.
Winnie the Pooniverse.
Yeah.
And so basically, there are these guys who, once a beloved children's property lapses into public domain, they decided, hey, we're going to make a horror movie version
Genius
of this children's character. And so the first movie they did was called Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey.
Mm-hmm.
And it, because of like the kitsch value, like it blew up.
Yeah.
It's not a good movie, but it made a lot of
money.
But
it is an amazing movie. I've seen it twice.
I haven't seen it at all.
I haven't watched it.
Because I heard it was ass. That's what I heard.
Well, you're pretty accurate on that.
Speaking of ass, Dutch Butters.
And the Butlerian G.
The Butlerian G.
Oh my God. If you have a band, Dutch Butters and the Butlerian Jihad, they're playing at the Pearl.
Tickets are $15. Hell yeah, I'm going to that.
I gotta get a t-shirt.
I gotta get a t-shirt.
You make that shirt.
I can make that shirt.
Let's do it.
Absolutely. Dutch Butters and the Butlerian Jihad.
It's Vader as a Viking with a guitar.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We'll AI art that right now. Perfect.
All right, so back to the Poonaverse.
Yeah.
Dutch Butters and the Poonaverse. Yeah. So basically, with the success of Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, they got a sequel coming out. Buzz around the sequel is actually pretty good. But they're also doing like a Mickey Mouse like horror version movie thing. And the next big announcement that they made was that they're making a horror version of Peter Pan. And it's called Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare. And they have like a whole plan of
They're doing a Bambi too.
Yeah. So like they have a whole plan of taking beloved children's stories and making horror versions of them
And raping them with love.
and they're building up to a huge crossover event called let's see here. It's kind of like building up to like an Avengers style crossover.
Like the Poonaverse.
It's Poonaverse Monsters Assemble.
Monsters Assemble. Yeah.
So they're really hamming it up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. They're really leaning into like the kitsch value. But so far they've got a Pinocchio horror movie planned.
Unstrung.
Yeah.
Pinocchio Unstrung. I'm like, oh my God.
Pinocchio Unstrung. The Peter Pan Neverland Nightmare, where basically he's kidnapping children, and Wendy, the sister, has to go and try and save her little brother from this evil Peter Pan.
Can we talk about that for a minute?
Just real quick. And the character Tinkerbell is a heroin addict, and she calls the heroin pixie dust in the movie, apparently.
So this is like like a dark adaptation, but it's based in the real world. It has nothing to do with the fantasy aspect. It's just like the characters are placed in like a horror universe.
Well, I mean,
like Winnie the Pooh. Like it's not really a big giant teddy bear,
Yes,
right?
it is.
Yeah. It's.
I thought it was a guy in a Pooh mask.
It is a guy in a Pooh mask, but
Yeah.
he's Winnie the Pooh. He's not like a guy in a Pooh mask.
Oh,
Actually, Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah.
It sounds really low budget.
Actually,
It really is.
it is. And they're also making a Bambi, where basically Bambi gets revenge
Bambi Reckoning or
for Bambi the Reckoning, where Bambi gets revenge for his mother's death.
Didn't SNL do a skit with The Rock and Vin Diesel?
I think you're
Yeah,
right.
And there was
Yeah.
like Bambi the Reckoning, and it was like, there's nothing stronger than family. And it was The Rock was Bambi, and he was going on the rampage against a bunch of hunters that killed his mom. That's legitimately going to happen.
I don't need this in my life.
I do.
I
That shit
don't.
does.
I don't need it. I want to preserve at least some of our youthful innocence of things that we liked when we were children.
Well, these are all
I don't need-
public domain shit, right?
I know they all went into public domain, so now
Yeah.
every lunatic in the world can do whatever they want with
No,
them. I
fuck
get
you,
it.
because I know you're on board with every porn that was
It's not
ever
true.
created.
It's not true at all. Only ones with Ashland Gear in.
Nail and Palin.
Lisa Ann's pretty hot. Oh my gosh,
Co-starring Dutch Bunny.
she's-
But I don't know how I feel about this though. This is not my genre. This is Jude's genre.
yeah.
Like the horror, the campy horror thing is.
Yeah.
Give it to me.
Yeah, it's very much Jude's.
Wrigley.
It's very much Jude's bag, right?
But
I like the
there's definitely
idea.
like a comedic value.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
to
That's
this.
kind of what more intrigues me. It's just like the funny aspect of that they're poking fun at the MCU, and they're like, "Look what we're gonna do,"
Uh-huh.
and it's like, "Yeah, all right."
Where can I watch these movies? Are they on like Tubi?
Tubi.
Is it
Tubi? Is it seriously Tubi?
Uh-huh.
Wow. Okay.
Right. That tells you right there. Okay, great.
If it's-
Listen, I had to watch The Bounty on Tubi.
Which was great.
Why
Why
do
didn't you
that?
just rent it? Actually, no. I think it's available on
It was-
HBO.
we watched on Roku.
Roku. Yeah, Roku.
I think
And there were commercials. So it took me
Oh.
3 fucking hours to watch that.
Well, that was silly.
I think I watched it on Prime for free. I think
I think I.
Oh no, it was like $5 to rent it on Prime.
was it? Maybe
Sorry
I
to derail.
No, I might have rented it. I don't
No,
know.
it was.
Well, no, I don't think where you watch the movie necessarily makes or breaks the like legitimacy
I do,
legitimacy
I
of
do,
it.
however, think that if you watch a movie with commercials in it, it takes you out.
Yes.
Oh, 100%.
Dude,
Yeah.
Well, Amazon started doing commercials now on all their stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I don't want to do that.
Not if you pay the higher price.
I'm not
Yeah.
doing that. I've been paying the same price forever. And now all of a sudden you're just like,
Well, remember when the value proposition of streaming was no commercials?
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
You're paying a monthly
might as well
fee
just
to
buy-
not have commercials.
Well, now-
I might as well just buy a cable package.
Did you guys hear
Right.
that Disney, ESPN, Hulu, and Discovery now are grouped together for $90 a month?
Yeah, no.
Fuck.
I'm like, what the hell?
I don't think it's $90.
It is $89.99.
I believe that's for the year.
Is it for the year?
Yeah.
That's for the commercial version.
It
Yeah.
might be the cheap one. Yeah.
So that they bundled everything together, and it's like a year long. Like if you pay a year in advance, that's the price
Oh.
for like the monthly thing. Like nobody would be paying that much per month because like not even cable charge that much.
Okay. I saw $89, and I was like, no. For me to
All
watch.
right, I'll walk
I mean,
my outrage
honestly,
back.
this is
Yeah.
this is a bit of a conundrum and not on topic with this movie, but the whole streaming versus cable thing,
Yeah.
it's I don't even know what to say anymore because we all went to streaming and cut the cord from cable because it was way cheaper and you didn't have commercials, and now it's
flipped.
and now they
Yeah.
cost the same and there's commercials on both. So what are you
And-
supposed to do?
And you know what's interesting about streaming is like you have this new phenomenon that people are calling doom scrolling,
Mhm.
where like you're spending more time trying to find something to watch
Yep.
on streaming.
Yeah, that's real.
Whereas with cable, it's just like, okay, we have a finite amount of stuff that's playing right now that we can watch.
Mhm.
So we have to choose from that. And it's actually easier to choose something to watch on cable than it is on streaming.
I honestly, the only thing I really watch on streaming is stuff that I watch for our stuff.
Yeah.
And the rest of the time, I find myself on YouTube
That's real.
or for
Yeah.
real. And that's not my generation. My generation's like my wife. She still watches TV. She sits down there and watches, Jeopardy and the stupid circle game,
Wheel of
Wheel of
Fortune?
Fortune with her mom.
They
and
still
stuff.
make that?
Yeah,
Whoa.
dude. Vanna White's like getting
I
old.
thought she died.
No, she's like 90 years old out there
Huh.
flipping those letters.
They don't even flip any of because they're,
Yeah, they just
they're
push a button.
computer
They're-
screens.
Yeah,
Or video
Whoa.
but yeah, it's pretty wild. But
Still out there in stilettos
Yeah,
and a
but-
freaking slinky
but,
dress.
but cable sucks.
Bless her heart.
Cable's literally you go through the channels, right? And it's like Paramount's Indiana Jones marathon.
Mhm.
All the TBS channels are Star Wars marathons or MCU marathons. They
Yeah.
don't even put any effort or King of Queens marathons or Friends or Seinfeld. They don't even put any effort into making new shows or anything anymore. Or like the NBC owned ones are all nothing but fucking Law and Order nonstop 24 hours a day. It's crazy.
If I could get the Australian version of Bluey on DVD, I'd cancel my Disney Plus.
Yeah.
I don't use it.
Yeah.
I don't even watch the old stuff anymore.
I
I'm
find
like,
myself like on Acorn TV or whatever, or Tubi, way more often now than I.
You mean you're not going to be watching The Acolyte on Disney Plus?
Can we talk about that for a second? I heard there's a whip.
There's a lightsaber whip.
That
doesn't make no sense.
Can we get on that? Can we pull that topic up? Are we done talking about poo and the
Sure.
and the
Yeah.
land of Never
mean,
Never
Yeah.
War?
Well,
We're gonna run out of time.
I do want to
Well,
briefly
topic.
say.
our topic was James Mangold's Jedi Prime.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
but we can
we'll-
lump that
we can-
talk.
We'll get there in a second, but I want to finish with Jude. I love what these guys are doing. It's not my jam, but I
Mhm.
love that they're doing it.
Yeah.
So keep doing it. This whole Peter Pan as a junkie who kidnaps kids and Tinkerbell's doing heroin in the corner and Wendy has to go out there and rescue some. Fine.
Yeah.
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 But I do want Captain Hook to be the good guy. I want Captain Hook to be like a cop, like an investigative cop who has to
Nice.
go after Peter
I
Pan.
like it.
Mr. Schmidt
Has like one hand, has like a prosthetic hand, and he's like, this freaking asshole made me lose my hand, and
Yeah.
I gotta go get it. Like
Like a go-go gadget hand.
right, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I just want everything to be flipped upside down. If Captain Hook's not in this movie, I'm gonna be a little pissed.
Sure.
But I'll watch it with you.
That's like me yesterday when I was like, Mel Gibson better call somebody sweet tits in this movie.
He didn't do
Sweet
He didn't
tits.
do it.
it. He didn't do it. But he did get Captain Bligh sexual.
Bisexual. Join the Patreon.
Join the Patreon. All right. Let's talk about
Oh, real quick, I just
Oh,
wanted to say
yeah.
I wanted to come out and advocate
You're coming out?
for yeah, I've been out, baby. I wanted to advocate for commercials and cable because I am on both of those things, and that is how I make money. So don't stop watching commercials and your local cable television shows.
it's literally my job.
It's literally my job.
Yeah.
Do you
Uh,
read all the warnings on the back of the pill boxes? Is that what you do?
I have, yeah.
This drug might give you anal leakage.
Anal warts, scrot spores.
Speaking of script sport,
Yeah,
James Mangold.
James
Oh,
Mangold.
James
Is that it
Mangold.
again?
Man, I
out
can't-
there making Star Wars content. Jedi
Jedi
Prime.
Prime.
This is the origin story for the Jedi.
What a name, dude. Who came up with that?
That's a low
Jedi
effort.
Prime.
It's a low effort.
Low effort ship missile.
It really is a low
Yeah.
effort ship missile.
Yeah.
Jedi Prime, like not like Jedi Origins. Or Jedi Knight.
I
Jedi
cannot help. I just immediately go to Transformers.
Optimus Prime.
He's getting, Jedi
We play
Prime's-
Linkin Park in the
he's-
background.
Is Sithitron is going to be his bad guy. He's going to have a
So
Sis Scream and
I just realized we never gave Tomb Raider a rating.
that's like a
yeah, that's
like a
too late
1.5
for that.
It
stars.
was a 1-star crap.
Yeah,
for me.
yeah. The only reason I'm getting a half a star is because I'm a really big fan of Tomb Raider. It's 1.5
Okay.
stars. That was totally off.
Are
topic.
we all in the same?
Yeah, we're all
Yeah,
right there.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're good.
All right. Sorry. Go ahead.
My hair's doing something funny. I got like a freaking
Yeah,
spring going
it's,
on.
Yeah.
Bling, bling, bling,
it's
bling. It's funny.
Good.
Um,
Jedi Prime.
Jedi Prime.
James Mangold,
Okay,
our
so-
friend, Kadish's best buddy.
He got us
James
monetized.
Mangold. He's making Star Wars.
Yeah. Which
Jedi
we've
Prime.
known this for a while.
Yeah,
This has
the-
been announced
yeah,
forever. He's doing
came out
something
last week.
25,000 years in
Yeah.
the
Don't
past.
anybody tweet anything about it.
Oh,
Oh, I'm totally doing
yeah.
that.
Tweet that it's going to be a pile of dog shit.
Remember, I can see it already. Remember, James Mangold is the genius that brought to you
Dial of
Indiana
Destiny.
Jones. Dial of Destiny. It's being
Just-
produced.
Oh,
It's being produced
by Kathleen Kennedy. Dude, reproduce that exact same tweet. Do the exact same thing.
She's still there.
Be funny if
Somehow.
you cast Harrison Ford as the first
That'd be
Jedi.
great.
Starring Phoebe Waller-Bridge.
Phoebe Waller-Bridge is the Jedi Prime chick. God, it's so predictable.
You know it's going to be a woman. as the
Oh,
first
100%.
Jedi.
absolutely.
AI generated art for the movie.
Yeah, for the poster. Yeah. I mean, we do that for YouTube thumbnails, but they do it for like $10,000 posters.
But I just feel bad that because I feel like he got handed this title. I don't think
It was
he came up with this
probably
title. I feel like this came from up above. This is the name of the movie. Make it work. And it's just immediately
Jedi Prime.
stupid. It's just so dumb. And I don't even care because it's a Star Wars movie.
It's going to take place on that same stupid island.
It's
That
probably
Luke
going to be
was
on Tatooine.
No, it's going to be on the.
The
Act 2 or
yeah,
whatever it's
that's
called.
that's
Act
the
2.
original place where
It's going to be an Act 2.
apparently it makes you very tired when you use the Force there. You have to like die.
There's lots of green milk.
Lots of green milk and weird
Yeah. We're going to go fishing for an hour and a half.
frog people.
Yes. They've been taking care of this place for 10,000 years.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, they're going to be in this movie. 1,000% they're going to be in this movie. And that green titted sea monster.
I hope we get to see the origin of Cybertron. That would be really cool if they had that in there. So we can put Optimus Prime and
Yeah.
Megatron and
So-
Starscream in there.
The actual origin of the Jedi and the Sith is already out there. Like somebody wrote that story, and it was like
Isn't that in the extended universe?
yeah, it was in the EU.
It's not canon.
But they're just robbing
I know.
EU shit and making it not as good.
Yeah.
And stuff that was dumb in the EU is still dumb in these new shows.
I hope Jackster's in it. Like one of Jackster's. Like
I don't know who that is.
he's the guy with the rabbit guy.
Oh, I know that picture. I got it in my head. Yeah. I know who you're talking about.
Well,
When people say, "Oh, the extended universe was fantastic,"
Put Jackster on.
I just put Jackster.
Here you
Like,
go,
go,
buddy.
oh, yeah, you're right. Get rid of it.
well, one of the producers on this Jedi Prime movie, so he helped produce Rogue One and The Acolyte. So mixed
Rogue
bag
One?
there, yeah.
Rogue One's not bad.
The best of the Disney World.
Best of the worst is Rogue One.
Yeah, I tweeted that.
Did you?
I did
Yeah.
a couple days ago. Somebody said, "Well, what's about Rogue One?" I go, "It's the best of the Disney products."
Mm-hmm.
That's not saying much.
I don't know even what to. I don't care. I don't care where the origin of the Jedi is.
Yeah.
So I'm probably
Well,
not.
I mean, also we're getting the Rey movie first. Like that's
Are they
that's
still
the
doing it? I
first
thought they
one out
canceled
the
it.
gate.
I thought they canceled that.
No, they're still going forward with it. And then we're getting this Jedi Prime movie. And then
Yeah, right.
supposedly there's one other movie in the wings or something
Jude's
like
out.
that.
I love it. Jude just slinks away.
I was just going to ask her, Jude, what do you think about Star Wars and James Mangold? It's like,
Let her go. Let her
It was
go.
a good time to go.
That's a great time for you to disappear, Jude. As soon as we start talking about Star Wars, Jude's like, I'm out. See you later.
Yeah, but so we've definitely got 2 movies in the pipeline here that they seem to be going forward with. neither of them are movies people want.
Yeah.
And then we've got The Acolyte premiering next month, which is all about.
Are you guys covering that on Saturday?
What's next month?
Acolyte.
The Acolyte?
I don't want to. I'm out on Star Wars, but
Is it?
we probably will. Look, it'll be like we'll talk about it for a segment. I'm not going to dedicate a whole show to it. I think that's what's going to end up happening.
What was I going to say? Is there? Are we at the point now of like morbid curiosity?
I'm
definitely.
Oh, I'm just
Star Wars.
I'm at the point now where it's like to me, Star Wars is like watching Invasion. It's like I could care less if I ever watch it again, and if I wasn't doing live streams and podcasts and stuff like this with you guys,
Yeah,
I don't think I'd watch it. I really don't, because
I think I'm at the morbid curiosity. Like I want to see how dumb it is.
I just feel like every time I watch a new Star Wars product, I feel like I'm just getting bent over and done raw.
Is you showed me
Dutch
Dutch
butters
butter style.
Right,
Yeah.
Dutch butters don't get done raw, man.
no, that's how. It feels.
You showed me a picture a little bit ago of a lightsaber whip.
Yeah, I like how dumb this is.
And it's in the show.
This is some Dave Filoni cartoon bullshit.
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly. Like you can get away with some weird, like the stupid helicopter lightsabers.
Mhm.
That doesn't fucking work.
No.
That's dumb. But it's a cartoon, so you're like, yeah, whatever. But when you transition that shit to live action, it becomes real obvious that this is stupid.
Mhm.
Like even more so.
It's just more dumb Filoni girl boss bullshit.
And it's
That's
like,
all the Star
why
Wars
do you
is.
have a whip with a light? Like, oh, it was in the
It's
EU.
cool.
Well, it was dumb in the EU too. Sorry, a lightsaber is a freaking sword.
Uh-huh.
You can't have it.
I don't
wiggly
remember
whopping around.
remember seeing George Lucas have a lightsaber whip classes in the middle of the Jedi Academy.
So dumb. Now you get some interesting weaponry and some alien tech,
Yeah.
and you start doing shit that's a little strange. Like, sure, yeah, but a guy holding a kill. I mean, it's literally like the freaking scene from Family Guy Star Wars where he's like, "Oh man, I got myself a sword," and, he goes, and just like flops over wet.
It's to the
and you're
point,
like,
it's to the point now where they're doing like meme shit. Like you ever seen the Bruce Lee scene with the nunchucks?
yeah.
Somebody turned them into lightsabers.
Exactly.
I mean,
it's a
meme
meme
out of it,
right?
That's what I see when I see the shit.
I
It's like,
yeah.
I can't take it seriously. It's dumb.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's real dumb. I don't want to watch this show. Unless you guys call me and tell me like, hey, dude, you got to watch this because we're going to talk about it on Tuesday and it's going to be freaking hilarious. Like if it's going to be a joke, I'll watch it like as a haha.
Like, we'll make
it's so
fun of it.
dumb. But if it's just like, yeah, they are serious about this show and they think they got something good on their hands. I don't want to watch that.
yeah, no.
Ooh, beef jerky.
Jerky.
Jude brought the jerky in. give me some
Juicy
of that jerky.
jerky.
Give me some of that jerky, baby.
But I it's a Donut Lord in the chat says, I don't have Star Wars apathy. I have Disney apathy. And I get that. I'm kind of with you, buddy.
Yeah.
But I'm just apathetic towards so much stuff right now. That's why I'm just starving for new. Like this Logan thing,
Badass.
like Star Trek. I'm going to comment on our Star Trek Discord.
Mhm.
I just don't care. I can't even watch like DS9 and Next Generation anymore because it's just old now.
Did
to
you
me.
hear, like,
and I don't care about the new stuff.
The big announcement was that Holly Hunter is like the admiral in the upcoming Star Trek Academy
Big deal.
show, and everyone's
Holly
just
Hunter?
like,
The one that set up 900 years. in the
Raising
future.
Arizona.
yeah, the wife in Raising Arizona.
Yeah.
I don't remember. Is Nicolas Cage in it?
No.
I don't give a shit.
Yeah, but it's like, oh look, we have a new captain / admiral, and everyone's just like, we don't care.
Yeah.
Nobody cares.
It's like
about
I'm just to the point with pretty much all that stuff from the 80s that I watch, Star Trek, Star Wars, Stargate, Doctor Who's dead. Just it's all
They
been
killed it
ruined.
all.
It's all done. It's all ruined. And I guess mission accomplished. Good job. Good job, SJWs. You fucked everything up.
Yeah.
So you made everything gay and weird, and
It's gonna take 20
nobody gives a shit anymore.
It's going to take
So-
20 years for them to rebrand, to rebuild the brands if they even do survive.
I hope
I
this.
can't
I hope
wait for the horror versions for it.
yeah. It's going to be public domain. They're going to make horror movies out of it. It's going to be awesome again.
And then we'll go see it.
And that's real.
Mhm.
That's right there is probably what's going to happen.
Yeah.
They're going to kill Star Wars until there's nothing left.
I-
And then
I'm-
then
I'm-
it's going to lapse in there. Like somebody's going to be like, hey, can I buy that off you for like $200,000? And they're
Yeah.
like, yeah, here you go. We're not doing anything with
I guess my future is Godzilla movies and maybe some Helldivers.
Bro, they're going to make a
stuff.
Helldiver movie.
That'd be sick.
I guarantee you they're going to make a Helldiver
They
movie.
better not fuck it up.
It was called Starship Troopers.
Yeah.
Mm,
It's not wrong.
yeah, there's influences.
That's right.
It smells so good, doesn't it? You want some? I got some over here if you want a piece.
All right.
What else we got, buddy?
So let's talk a little bit about The Fall Guy.
Ooh. Yeah, I love this movie. My wife loved this movie.
Wait,
It is.
you mean the Fall Guy you can watch on Prime?
Yep.
Right.
I'm gonna buy it probably tonight. Honestly, this is what's gonna happen, and I hope my wife's not watching because I kind of want it to be a surprise. Baby, you in the comments? I'm gonna buy it for her on our big TV, and I'm gonna make a date night tonight because we don't have anything going on. And I'm gonna be like, hey, babe, look, because she already told me, she's like, can we go back to the movies and go see that? I don't think she knows it's on streaming yet.
She wants to see it again.
Yeah, she loved it, and I really had a good time with it too. So I want to go home. I'm gonna purchase it.
You gonna give her the Dutch butters?
I'm gonna give her the Dutch butters. And am I stealing your name?
You're making a verb out of it now.
It's like Vader shows up at your front door with a pizza. He's like, anybody order a pizza?
Dude, Dutch butters here.
I mean, to fix einen cables.
I'm so glad.
God.
I've been like dreaming of a new name. I can't.
Dutch butters is perfect.
Just
dude.
happened.
It's so fucking perfect. You need to own it.
I'm
you need to own it. Change your name in Helldivers.
Can you do that?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Right.
Change your name legally.
Dutch butters. Matt
No,
Vader,
Make your
74
wife
said,
call you that.
So there's
Call me Dutch.
you imagine Story? She would shut him down so
She would
fast.
divorce him.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm having today is my Costanza moment.
Yeah.
I'm buck naked. porn star, buck naked.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So you mentioned something about an extended version.
Yeah.
Is that-
So you guys know how much I didn't like this movie.
right.
Right.
Yeah.
And part of the reason I didn't like it is because it felt very chopped up. But the version that they're releasing on streaming has 20 extra minutes of footage. in it.
Yes, I'm gonna have such a good night tonight.
And I'm like, I feel like this is the 20 extra minutes they cut out to try to fit it into a runtime for the theater, and that it might actually be better with the extended cut. And one of the interesting things about this is basically like this movie came out in theaters 18 days ago, right? Like it was very recent.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's coming to streaming. And apparently Universal has some type of agreement with the theater exhibitors where if a movie fails to open over $50 million opening weekend, then they can release movies directly to streaming within an 18-day window so that they can recoup some of the investment. So basically theaters have agreed to this like shortened window of releasing stuff. Like this movie literally was like just in theaters like 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
Yeah, it's kind of.
I mean, look, if they did.
Same thing with Abigail. Like I really wanted to go see it in the theater and I just didn't have time. And then all of a sudden now it's available on streaming. And I was like, oh shit, I'll just stay home.
So is this like, I mean, this is bad for the theaters, but it's not bad for the people who made the movie because now they're doing like this double dip thing where they get that initial opening weekend bump and then they throw it on streaming and they get the people who buy it at home or rent it or this and that or whatever. So I feel like they're getting that like that secondary bump sooner because if Fall Guy was still in the theaters, let's just say.
It is still in the
I know that's what I'm saying. It's like it's still in the theaters, but I'm not gonna spend $50 to take me and my wife back to the theater since we already saw it. But I'll spend $32 to buy it on Amazon Prime or something.
Well, what sucks for me is I love,
especially if it's extended. Sorry,
I know I love the theater experience. I like to go out. I like to
for the initial
go on a
watch.
date night and go sit in the big recliner chairs on the giant 100-foot screen. I like that.
Yeah,
that's what I want to go out there for. But I can't even argue with people now over stuff like this when you can, because we have big TVs and stuff. If like the four of us.
Well, this guy doesn't.
But the four of us, we do agree to go watch like Furiosa next week.
Right.
We had a conversation. It's like, well, we can't all figure out a time to go together. So I go Monday mornings, you go Monday nights. Kadish and Jude, they go when they can, but they go separately too, and they're married, so there's no time that we can all go to the theater together. But I bet you we could get here early next week or whatever and buy it for $20, which would be $5 a piece.
Yeah.
And I'll watch a brand new movie that's still in the theaters together.
That's a great idea.
The theaters can't compete against
they can't. Yeah.
And I can't even argue against it because it makes sense. Because I don't want to go to the theater and spend $50 on tickets.
In this economy,
yeah, it's impossible. I just spent $200 on 3 fucking bags of groceries yesterday.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah,
and it's just, I don't know.
$20 for beef jerky.
Yeah,
it's
nuts.
Beef jerky's always been expensive.
And I am a theater advocate. Yeah. I love going to the theater, but I can't fight against this.
Yeah,
I can't.
And it's just economics. It's like
that's it. It's
Why would I do this
Yeah.
when I can have the same experience at home for less?
well, we wouldn't be able to watch it in here because Kadish would want the lights on.
No, I can't.
So,
do
you
it.
know.
Yeah, no.
I mean, if we're recording, if not, I don't care.
Hey, what did
We
Char-
watched Black Demon with the lights off. In
Black Demon?
Black Demon.
Demon.
It was a terrible movie, by the way.
Yeah. Our review was good though. What did Charlie think of the Fall Guy?
I haven't asked.
Oh,
I
You
talked.
should.
I should
Yeah.
absolutely. I get that
Your
now.
best friend, Charlie?
Yeah, my best friend Charlie Allen.
I'm really surprised you haven't asked him.
No, I talked to him about the Wolverine thing this morning.
Yeah.
But I haven't even. I don't know if he's seen it or not.
Is
He's
he-
busy.
Is he
He's-
even your best friend?
How dare you? Yeah, absolutely. He's actually really busy. He's working on a bunch of projects that I
Can't talk
genuinely
about.
can't talk about.
NDAs.
Yeah. He told me if I told me, he'd probably come here and murder me.
Yeah.
he'd blood eagle me if he showed up. Frickin'.
That would hurt.
But I think I would be interested in buying the Fall Guys extended edition.
Yeah,
because,
100%.
Like I found that movie so fascinating
That's pretty fun.
because there was so much wrong with it.
It's right there,
And I think a lot of it might have had to do with the fact that it was edited so poorly. And so like I'd be interested to see like what the extended edition looks like and how that would affect my enjoyment of the movie.
When does the
Mhm.
extended version come out? Because before I buy, it's $20 for Ultra HD.
Mhm.
Is that the extended version or is that just the normal theatrical cut?
I think that might just be the normal cut. I'm
Because
not sure.
if the extended version's coming out like in 2 weeks, I would probably just wait and buy that one. I'd rather have the extended cut than the theatrical version. So that's an interesting thing too. Is like how long are they going to wait for the extended stuff to be out there?
Well, it might already be the extended stuff, and they should probably be telling you that because that's part of the value proposition of seeing it, on
Mhm.
streaming as opposed to the theaters. Like, oh, you get 20 extra minutes because it's easier to put longer stuff on streaming than it is to put it in the theaters.
Yeah. And that's another
Yeah.
thing I think theaters need to do away with is like this, well, it has to fit in this because if we have this many showings per day, we can only do it this much time. Get rid of all that.
That's
have it
that's
for-
not the theater's call though. That's the studio's call. Is because like if shorter movies can be played more often in the theaters and so
Mhm.
they make more money. And if you like cap it at like 2 hours, then like, a half hour in between screenings, you can guarantee like, okay, like we can show this movie X number of times
Yeah.
per day, and then like we can make X amount of money. So it's not the theater owner saying like, hey, we're not going to show, like longer movies. It's the studios themselves because they're like, we can make more money with, shorter movies that
I
fit
don't
into
think
that
that's
time
I don't
period.
think that's real anymore. Because you look at movies.
There's no movie that comes out that's less than 2 hours and 15
Well,
minutes.
I mean, you
anymore.
look at
It's like-
movies like Lord of the Rings, it's freaking 4 hours long. That still
Mhm.
makes $1 billion.
Well,
It's like
but when they put those in the theater initially, they weren't that long. They were like capped at 2 hours, I believe.
no, they weren't that short. I think those weren't those 2.5 or 2 hour 45-minute movies, especially.
No.
No,
Return of the
not
King?
not in the theater, not in the initial theater release.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure, yeah, because I saw all those things in the theater when they
I did
came out.
too. Yeah,
Was there
I remember them being long.
kind
but-
of in this same vein, but not really? Was there something that came out this week, and I might be crazy, but I thought I saw something where theater prices were jacking up the prices for the Deadpool Logan movie, Deadpool Wolverine movie.
really
But
like the ticket
I
sale?
haven't confirmed it, but I heard like ticket
I don't know,
prices
dude.
were
A
going up.
DFX ticket's freaking $16 now.
I know.
For 2 people to go, it's gonna be $45.
Yeah.
Plus, if you ordered online, I have an app for Galaxy, and
Yeah.
there's like a $7
Yeah,
service
the,
fee.
the service fees have gone way up.
Like $7 service fee. Why am I paying a service fee
Yeah.
what? Why?
Exactly. For the convenience of using your phone at home.
Yeah.
The
I'll give 'em-
theatrical release was 2 hours and 6 minutes. What is it to stream it?
Like
For
8 hours.
Fall Guy?
Yeah.
Let me see. I don't know if it tells you the movie length on here. More details. Genre, director, starring, supporting, studio, viewing rights. There's
Yeah.
nothing on here about length of time.
Let me see.
Yeah, see if you can figure it out while I host the show. There's 70 people watching me look at my phone.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. So Quantum Cat said Lord of the Rings movies were about 3 hours theatrical. Does it say it?
2 hours, 7 minutes.
How did you find that?
I just scrolled
So was it longer then?
It's the same.
just by a minute.
Just by a minute. so it's not the extended
not-
cut.
Yeah, it probably has
So I'm
like-
looking for a 2.5 hour
Yeah.
version of this movie. Okay,
Yeah.
maybe I'll wait then. Hmm.
You should wait.
Yeah, because I remember when Zack Snyder put out the extended version of Batman v Superman,
Right.
it was actually
It was
much better.
Much better.
Yeah.
Much better. I hate that movie still because they smushed too much in one movie, but the extended version is much more palatable.
Yeah, but just by adding another 20 minutes, half hour to a movie, like it made it make so much more sense.
Yep.
It was just like a better viewing experience. And then like his Justice League, you know, like that was like what, an extra like hour and a half.
Snyder cut.
Yeah, 2 hours.
There's just more slow-mo.
Yeah.
Quantum Cat says, I think I read this already. Lord of the Rings movies were about 3 hours theatrical, extended 3.5 to 4 hours. So it's actually 30 minutes for the extended version.
I don't know if I agree with that.
Why don't we just Google it? We have the power of the internet at our hands.
Then there's the super extra extended digital director's special cuts that are on Netflix that are like 6.5 hours long for each movie.
But there's always a movie. There's always a movie that comes out where we universally go, "Oh no, I'm hitting a theater for that." Like any Mad Max title that's coming out.
Dune Part 2.
Dune Part. You know, like these big, you know, blockbuster type movies. If they come out with another Jurassic Park movie, I'm 100% going to the movies.
Well, when the next Star Wars movies come out, would you
streaming
theater?
No,
I mean,
the Ray movie. I'm not going to the movies for that. Why? Why would I do that to myself? That sounds terrible.
It'll be on video.
It'll be on Disney Plus the
18 days
same
after.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, dude. Unless they start giving away free tickets for critics to go watch the movies, I ain't doing that.
Are we critics?
We're just people with cameras.
Because has Rotten Tomatoes got back to us yet? Are we official critics?
No, they haven't gotten back to us yet.
Sons of bitches.
We are verified on criticalist.com. criticalist.com. Go over there to review movies. That's where real people go to talk about real movies. What else we got?
Okay, we got a little story about the two new Pirates of the Caribbean movies.
I'm interested. I love these movies, but I don't know.
Johnny Depp or no Johnny Depp?
Yeah, no Johnny Depp. He said he already told Disney to pound rocks.
Not interested.
So apparently, the two movies that are currently in development right now, one is a complete reboot of the franchise, not starring Johnny Depp, and then
Orlando Bloom.
No one from the originals.
Okay.
And then
it's just a pirate movie. Okay.
And then the second one is a Margot Robbie centric female pirates movie.
I thought that got cut.
They're still developing it, and it's on track to eventually get made if her schedule opens up.
See, I feel like we get so much news out of Hollywood and on these trade rags and stuff that come out. It's like they're developing this movie, they're developing that movie. A script is being written for this. It doesn't mean shit.
It don't mean nothing.
It just means a couple of guys got together over lunch and said, "Hey, let's start writing about this," and then somebody at Variety or whatever gets ear of it. It's like, "Oh, new movie franchise in development." It's like, fuck
apparently off. Disney's committed to financing both these movies, but they just need to like get their crap together, get like a script, get cast members together and stuff like that.
Oh, it sounds like they need to like actually make a real movie.
Yeah, I don't put much emphasis on this. Like, yeah, they're in the talks. Anything could happen.
Two producers got together with a script writer, said, "Hey, here's an idea."
They had lunch one day at a burger shop. What's that burger shop you used to go to in LA?
Which one?
The famous one that's in all the movies with like the U-shape.
Oh, the Apple Pan.
They went to the Apple Pan and they were talking about a movie, and then some freaking nerd from whatever tabloid was like in the corner listening.
I've learned over the last 4 or 5 years we've been doing this that a lot of bullshit bluster comes out of Hollywood, and about 5% of it maybe actually comes to fruition. And so, yeah, I'm going to chalk this up there with might happen within the maybe we're in the talking about it phase.
Jude, are you a fan of the Pirates movies?
Not really. Like I like the first one, and then I think the rest of them all just kind of run together for me.
Okay, fair enough.
But
I'm a big fan of them, but
the first one's the only good one.
Yeah, but it's been so long since these movies have been popular. Like having them come in there and try to do like some kind of a reboot. I'm like,
correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't the writer of the first one take like several years to write it, and then based on the popularity, they had to like crank out the rest of them like months later?
Oh yeah,
yeah. Okay.
There were 2 writers for the first one, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't
care.
I don't feel like Disney's brand itself is not good.
Yeah,
they're not selling tickets just on the Disney logo anymore.
Burn the studios.
And you come out with a Pirates of the Caribbean movie and there's no Johnny Depp, dead on arrival. It's not going to work. They'll make their budget back maybe, but I don't think it's going to make any money. That's just that's how I feel.
Turn it into a horror movie.
Yeah, give it to the
first one kind of was.
Take it to the Pooniverse guys.
The Pooniverse.
Yeah.
Well, Disney has so many like rides that they could adapt into like Space Mountain, like stuff like that. Like, I'm like, why go back to the well, especially one that's been extinguished with Johnny Depp?
Mhm.
And why not just try to do something new?
Yeah.
They don't want to do it. They don't want to take risks. Nobody wants to take risks.
I would make a poop on the deck joke if Johnny Depp came back and made a Pirates movie. Like, there'd be a turd on the deck of the
They
ship.
blame the dog.
It's like,
They blame the
that
parrot.
turd come
Yeah.
from?
Blame the parrot.
Yeah.
Clean up that poo. Somebody shit the bed.
Oh no! Somebody shit in my
Oh.
bed.
The Dread Pirate Dutch Butters.
Dutch Butters.
Is anybody here have a dog? It's about yay big.
Lift a huge turd on my bed.
The dog or the poop? The poop was
The
yay big.
poop is a big. What you don't understand about dogs is their poop is proportional to their size.
I love it that we're all on Team Bear. Go Johnny.
Go Johnny. Oh man, that was weird.
Bitch pooped in his
I haven't
bed.
pulled out the Johnny Depp voice in a long time.
Oh.
I'm getting
I kind of-
flashbacks.
Kind of forgot you did
Yeah,
it.
shake it off.
Ugh.
You dressed up as him on Halloween once.
Well, no,
Or
it was actually
for a
not
party.
Halloween. It was for a
It
party.
was just for his wife.
It was just for a pirate party. I looked good too. I had the freaking thing,
did.
the
Yeah.
bandana.
Do you curl up your mustache for it?
I could. Oh, I have a mustache now. Yeah, I didn't have one back then. I trimmed it recently. It's not curly enough. Anyway, I don't know, man. Disney's out. I don't really care about these new movies that are being announced. I do want. I'm really looking forward to Alien Romulus. Is that? Are people still hyped about that? I feel like I'm the only
I
one.
kind of forgot about it.
I
but
don't
am
think anyone was ever actually hyped for it.
Yeah.
I'm jazzed, dude. I love Alien
I'm looking
movies.
forward to it.
That's a theater one for me too.
Yeah.
Like there's certain ones where I'm
Well,
like, yeah, I'm
and that's
buying
the
that.
thing. There are certain movies that the studio should make 4 or 5 a year that we get excited about going to the theater for.
Yeah. Well,
You know,
4 or 5
But
different movies.
that used to be what the MCU movies were for. First
Yeah.
couple phases of the, and basically all the shit that Disney bought and ruined. Right. So
Disney owns Aliens now too, though.
yeah, I know.
So if that movie does super popular, we're gonna get like 17 more that are gonna be garbage. I don't know. I want to see more people like the people who are doing the Wolverine thing with the fan film stuff. Like I want to see those people get
Some theater coverage.
some theater coverage, some money. Do that. Go back to like.
Yeah. Do you guys remember that lightsaber short that we watched where it was like this apprentice fighting this master and he kept like
Oh,
cutting off
yeah, that
limbs
was
and then they like
good.
reattach them and
Yeah.
stuff like that. It's like there
Oh yeah. That was great.
there's so many like innovative young filmmakers out there that are doing like really cool stuff. And the studio's just like, no, we want to hire this Asian lesbian with blue hair to make our next like big series. It's like She-Hulk is a prime example of that, right? Where they hired this woman to write a courtroom drama comedy in the style of David E. Kelly. And she hired a bunch of writers and then they realized we don't know how to write legal drama. So like, we're just going to make it a straight up comedy.
Jude's your little section of like movie theater going and stuff like that, you are always safe because there's always going to be goofy B horror movies and you kind of know what to expect out of them. They don't have to be great. They just have to be entertaining. Whereas guys like us who are looking for like the big blockbuster budget stuff
Like our
and we want the
tentpole.
sci-fi and the tentpole, we're always disappointed because we're like, God damn it, there's so much room for improvement here. And
Come on over here.
and
We're having a great time.
you're just over here like, yeah, this Pooh movie is great.
Yeah.
I can't wait for the Peter Pan one.
This boat movie's all about gay people. Join the Patreon.
Oh man, I'm kind of jealous of Jude. She's just living the dream over there. With like,
We're
yeah,
having
it's
a
a
great time.
goofy ass movie that just got made. It's brand new, came out 2024, and it's actually exactly what I want. And I'm like over here looking like, man, I really hope this Aliens Romulus movie is gonna be good.
And even when they get it right, they always end up managing to screw it up.
Yeah,
Like Dune, Villeneuve movie.
Don't forget, like I was very excited and looking forward to Dune Part 2.
Yeah.
And I
Right.
walked out of the theater devastated
Yeah.
because I hated it so
Yep.
much.
Yeah.
So
but
Rightfully so.
we've got Abigail, which you haven't seen yet.
I did see it.
You
yeah.
did see it. Was it good?
Yes.
Is it?
Cool.
Oh, okay. I
I'm gonna watch it 3 more times.
It's,
Okay.
it's debatable.
I don't
You don't
trust
like
you.
anything.
I don't trust you.
Nah.
You didn't like the bounty.
Yeah.
You
He
said
told us today he hated all the boobs.
yeah.
I didn't say I hated the boobs. I said that it
There
got
was too-
boring after
there
a
was
You
too
said-
while.
you
many
said there was
boobs.
too many boobs
Too
in the
many
movie.
boobs went
This
on for
guy
too
right here
long.
told us
Listen.
today.
Dutch Butters has something to say,
Yeah.
and that is that boobs are never boring.
That
Okay?
man who married this is like, I don't need to see. any more
You don't
boobs."
deserve this.
Anyway, congratulations, Jude, for living in the little bubble of B horror movies. I love
Yeah,
it.
you're
Thanks,
lucky.
man.
We're gonna be doing one of the shark movies, Sharks on a Plane,
Sharks on a plane.
What?
in August,
Sharks
right?
on a plane.
Yeah,
August Bites.
August
That's
Bites
not
is
what the
coming out.
movie's called.
It's basically it should
Yeah, it
be.
is.
What's it
Shark?
actually called?
Dracula on a boat.
Yeah,
Sharks on a plane.
yeah. I don't know what it is, but it looks
Those-
awesome though.
Yeah. No way up.
No Way Up.
Yeah.
That's right,
Okay. I don't know what you're talking
dude.
about. but
August is
okay.
gonna be
A
lit.
plane
Oh, great.
crashes into the ocean.
We're not giving her every week, right?
They're-
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then everybody's like stuck in an air bubble in the plane, so they have limited amount,
But the shark.
and
Oh.
they can't get a signal, and the shark starts
Okay.
swimming in.
So it's like deep blue plane,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sharks
Okay.
dude. August is gonna be freaking rad.
deep star Boeing. Okay.
What?
Sharks on a plane.
Sharks on a plane. Dracula on a
Wow.
boat. I feel like there's another vampire movie coming out, but I might,
Abigail, we're gonna do.
yeah, Abigail.
Okay.
So
when it comes out
Abigail,
on streaming, you mean?
It's
Yeah.
not on streaming,
I'm not
but it
paying
should be
$20
free by
for it.
then.
it's
Yeah,
it'll probably be
okay.
available on HBO or something.
$4.99.
Yeah, no
That's
way-
my. I'm no more than $4.99.
Yeah. No Way Up is available on streaming currently, but it's still like $20. So I haven't
so
I haven't seen that
Yeah,
one
just
yet.
wait
So
a little
we'll
while.
just wait.
Yeah, by August it'll be cheaper.
Yeah.
Are we just gonna start just reviewing
Honest-
You
streaming
have
movies?
you have like romantic nights for your wife that you're gonna do like Fall Guy and stuff like that. Kadish did that for me with Abigail. He was like,
Nice.
"Oh, I rented Abigail for you. I know
Nice.
you really want to watch it."
Nice. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, like we've talked about this a million times. Like, we don't really need to cover movies in theaters anymore. We should cover whatever's popping up on streaming.
Hit
Yeah.
the tent poles once in a while.
Yeah,
Furiosa next week.
Furiosa
we're
and stuff
gonna
like that.
watch
But for
that.
the most part, it's just cover whatever's Netflix is dropping this
Yeah,
week and
fine.
just
Yeah,
talk
we're
about
just
that.
tell people like what's worth watching, so
Yeah.
they can not doom scroll for 2 hours.
Yeah.
to figure out
Yeah,
what
yeah.
they
I mean, I'm okay with turning the channel into that. I'm just
Didn't
gonna-
we tell Netflix that's what we wanted to do, and they said, no thanks?
They said, nah. We did a pilot episode for them. Like, we'll do a podcast about what's on streaming on Netflix, and they were like,
Mhm.
Yeah, not you.
anybody but you.
Get that, we don't hire people named Dutch Butters.
Oh, DB, don't let them bring you
Oh
down.
man.
What about, can I go to Pornhub?
we hire Barack Obama and his wife,
Yeah. We'll make those movies talking about the end of the world with
Prince Harry and
Prince Harry and
his wife.
Gold Digger Markle.
Ooh, we watched the documentary about the fall of P. Diddy.
No,
Yeah,
I
Oh.
saw that
Yeah.
on like Amazon or something. They were
Yeah.
like, "Look at this," and I'm like,
Yeah.
"Really already?
Did you-
God damn, that was
Did you guys
fast."
see that weird like security footage? of,
Yes,
like, Diddy,
dude.
like-
CNN had
Yeah,
that
yeah.
shit for 8 years.
Yeah.
They were sitting on it
Wait, security footage of
of
what now?
P Diddy just beating the shit out of some chick in a hotel.
That
Maybe it
was
was
his
wife or girlfriend or something.
girlfriend.
Just beating the
Wow.
absolute shit out of her, and they sat on it.
Yeah.
Until just now because it's time for
Of
him
course
to go.
they did.
Because it's time for him to go. Their scapegoat. Their little plan was like, okay, P.D.'s he's the new sacrificial lamb.
We're in
We're
the
gonna throw
Matrix.
him under. It's all freaking already set up.
I wish I could bring myself to care
He's
about
the
P. Diddy.
don. You know what we are? We're in Cabin in the Woods,
Yeah, no
and
shit.
he is the god that needs to fall
No
to
shit.
appease the bigger gods.
No shit.
Yeah.
You're spot on, Jude. What else we got, Mr. Producer Man?
Oh boy,
Absolutely.
That's it?
that's it.
We're out of topics? All right.
Went through all of our topics.
Good
Yeah.
deal. Glad we're having a good time. Comments next. I think I missed one or two.
There are two members' comments.
Yeah, from Penny. Says, y'all smash that thumbs up. Thank you,
Yeah,
Penny.
do it.
Appreciate
Thanks,
it.
Penny.
And Toy fanboy, what's up, man? Warrior fan. It's so cool you watch The Bounty. Mutiny on the Bounty was my favorite book growing up. Dude, that movie's so fun. Go check it out. saltynerdclub.com if you want to check out the
It's
review.
PG,
It's PG and
With-
it
with
has
boobs.
mountains
Yeah.
of boobs.
family friendly. Family friendly.
Yep.
Family friendly boobs. God, they're really nice boobs. I mean,
Yeah, we
They were
came to
perfect.
the conclusion that Hollywood doesn't count Polynesian boobs as
Yeah.
real
native
boobs.
boobs
Native boobs
don't count towards PG. It's because they're native. It's their natural state. They're out in the natural.
It's just real.
It's just like going on an African safari.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah, I can watch a documentary on Discovery Channel that's made for kids about
your
Africa.
8-year-old's gonna
My
be watching
8-year-old's
that.
gonna be like, "That's a pair of boobs." It
It's
doesn't
okay.
count.
It's okay, son. They don't
It's
count.
like an old National Geographic magazine.
Only white European boobs count.
That was my first boobs. That was my first boobs.
What was National
National
Geographic?
Geographic.
Ooh, that's a
Yeah.
fun topic.
To this day,
Put a banner up for that. It was your first boobs.
to this day, I have that picture emblazed in my brain
Yeah, dude.
of this hot ass. This I remember. I think it was. I think she was like some kind of Tahitian chick, some kind of islander boobs, and it was amazing.
And I still think about her.
Yeah, I kind of did once in a while. It's like my first boobs as on print. Yeah, it's good stuff. So
Sorry, give me 1 second.
that's okay. We're kind of wrapping up anyway, right?
Yeah, the best boob. What's your first boobs? I think mine. I really like this topic. It might honestly be the bounty. It could be the bounty.
Was it? Yeah.
It might have been.
That's a good one.
It might have been the bounty
That's a
because
good
I
one.
remember that's why I picked this movie because I was like, oh yeah, I remember watching that as a kid, going, whoa. It also may have been Whole Nine Yards with Bruce Willis and Matthew, what's his name?
Perry.
Matthew Perry. And that chick, was it Hilary Swank or was it?
Yeah.
No, it was the chick who looks like Hilary Swank. I can't remember what her name
I
is.
don't know. Hillary Duff.
No, not Hillary
It's not,
Duff.
it's not one of the Hillarys.
I remember. I still remember to this day, thinking how lame. My dad got me and my brother a. God, I must have been like
You're
Santa
7, 8
Pete.
years old. Now listen, my dad got me. It was a family Christmas gift, but he thought it was cool that he got us
The Playboy?
like a no. It was like a 3-year subscription to National Geographic magazine. Which
Amanda Pete. Okay.
and he thought and I like National Geographic magazine.
Mhm.
I like the big maps that would come and they'd come out and you can hang them on your wall and stuff. National Geographic magazine was actually really kind of neat to me back then.
Mhm.
But I'm kind of a history guy.
Yeah, sure.
But I just remember getting that issue, flipping through. What is that? Yes, exactly what happened.
Yeah, it was either
this is the greatest magazine ever.
it was either the bounty or it was or it was Whole Nine Yards. One of the two. I can't remember. And then I watched right after the Whole Nine Yards, I watched The Patriot with Mel Gibson. And that was my first like gruesome, bloody, like war, dismemberment movie. I like hid it, the VHS in my closet. I watched it on like a tiny little TV and I was like, this movie's so freaking cool. And then what other movies do I remember watching? And I was like, whoa. For you, it's got to be Total Recall. Yeah. The three boobs.
What year was that?
80.
No,
No,
I was
no.
no.
That was like, was it 89 or 90? Something like
90.
that.
Yeah.
Oh, wasn't that technically a 90s movie? And we're all like, what?
I think it was 89.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken.
But what about you? What's your first boob movie?
So
or if we want to make it equal, what was your first slong movie?
it would be porn.
Whoa.
They don't show dick in movies.
No, they
Nah, it's pretty rare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My first boobs were like growing up, my aunt had HBO and like Cinemax
Yeah.
and those late night softcore porns. My
Sure.
cousin would always like try to get us to stay up late to watch those. And she would get close to the TV and try to look down to see more. But yeah, that was probably my first boobs.
Okay. HBO.
Yeah.
Nice. What about you, Kadish? What do you got?
So I had a friend who had found a Playboy in the woods. And
Whoa.
When I went over to play at his house, he'd be like, "Hey, you want to see something?" I was like, "Sure." He takes out this magazine, like we're sitting there looking through it, and we're like, "Whoa!" So like, yeah, that was my first.
Okay. Well, in a movie though.
Roadhouse. Right?
Everybody's got that weird guy in the neighborhood that has a massive porn collection in the Lowe's shed out back.
So he hides it from his
where he hides
wife.
it from his
His
wife.
man cave,
Yeah.
I don't actually remember the first time I saw like boobs in a movie because like I was such a little shit. Like I would wake up
Yeah.
like late at night and like sneak downstairs into the basement where we had a TV and like with the volume like up like one tick, like I'd go through like Cinemax late at night or like watch like things. But the one that does stick out in my mind is like one time like we were watching Roadhouse, like me and my dad. It was like on HBO or Cinemax or something like that. And the scene where like the girl gets up on stage and does like a strip tease,
Right.
with like the big hat and like then like the big reveal is like her boobs. And I was sitting there with my dad watching it, and he leaned over and he's like, "Don't tell your mom, I'll let you watch that."
Yeah.
So like that
That's awesome.
that's like most vivid memory of me seeing like boobs on TV
Roadhouse.
at a young
It's
age.
a good one.
This is the only podcast where you're going to talk about your first boob experience when you were a kid.
Hey, man, we're unique. There's not a lot of
There you
people
go.
out there like us. The other one that pops into my head is Titanic, and I don't think it was definitely wasn't my
Kate
first.
Winslet?
Yeah, Kate
Yeah.
Winslet, because my parents were like, "Oh, we're gonna go see that new Titanic movie," and they took me with them because it's like my dad's into history, and
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
Titanic, it's history,
my
and we go
gosh.
watch it, and there's like Kate Winslet's just
Oh,
naked.
I don't know if this was the same for Vader, but I remember going to the theater and watching Big, like with Tom Hanks when I was a kid,
Mhm.
and that scene where like I think Elizabeth Berkley, or I forget her name, but like she opens her shirt and you see like she's wearing a bra,
Some side boob.
Mhm.
but basically like Tom Hanks like like he's a kid in an adult's body
Yeah.
and he like touches a boob for the first
yeah,
time,
yeah.
and it's like you don't actually see a boob, but like like you
It's
see enough
implied.
of one.
It's
Oh,
implied.
my parents took me to see Splash with Daryl Hannah.
Oh, her butt.
And she's naked in that, but it's not her boobs. I think it's just from the back.
her
Yeah, she jumps into the water, right, and you get to see her ass.
Well, then when she comes out of the water and she goes up to the Statue of Liberty, she just has her hair over her boobs, so you can't see
Oh.
the front, but
Pretty
like they
hot.
show her from the back. And yeah, I was in the
And
theater
Dis-
with my
Dis-
parents.
Disney CGI'd her butt crack out.
So it's just like a
I think it's just a fleshy
flat?
Yeah, you're
bump.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fucking Disney.
I don't even know what to say about those people anymore.
Yeah.
All right, guys, that's it for the live stream. Thank you so much for your support. Really do appreciate it.
Did we get everybody?
Yeah, I think so. We didn't get too much activity on the super chat side, but we did have some members chat. We have Jim Alaska gifting 10
great.
salty memberships was amazing. That's clutch, dude. Penny, a toy fanboy, and Dark Knight. Thank you guys for your comments. Really do appreciate it. Please consider checking out the Patreon, saltynerdclub.com. We do a lot of fun stuff over there. And if you're into movies like we are, and sometimes they're random, sometimes they're nautical, sometimes they're nerdy, sometimes it's space, sometimes it's whatever. We do all kinds of stuff over there.
Sometimes it's blood and honey.
Yeah, dude. Are you gonna make us watch that?
No, I'm not gonna make you watch it.
I might watch it anyway.
Dutch
Okay,
Butter's
I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued.
Dutch Butter's my.
Is that your alter ego now?
Wasn't me mad. It was Dutch Butter.
It was Dutch Butter.
Dutch did it.
Dutch did it.
Dutch Butters loves himself some blood and honey.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
he does.
All right, folks. Thank you so much. Vader, say goodbye to the people.
Goodbye, people. Had a great time. See you guys all next week. We're over on the Helldivers, spreading freedom and democracy.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got some Helldivers people in the chat right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Pale Horseman's in there. What's up, buddy? Jude, say goodbye.
Stay gay.
Just 10%.
Yeah, you gotta watch the Patreon.
We're gonna have so many references to the bounty.
Everybody's
this.
10% gay.
Yeah.
10%.
Oh, Captain Bisexual.
He is a bisexual.
That's it. We're gonna be talking about that for months, and people are like, "What are they talking about?" You gotta go to saltynerdclub.com to find out. Katie, say goodbye to people.
Goodbye.
Stay salty. Hey, folks, thanks so much for watching this live stream. If you want to watch our previous live stream, make sure to click right here. Or if you would like to check out one of our favorite highlights, click right here.